Welcome to Derby Date Night Explosives Edition. We are live at Swander Ice Arena in Evansville, Indiana, where we are getting ready for 2 games of hard-hitting roller derby action. Our hosts, Demolition City Roller Derby, have invited Vette City out of Bowling Green, Kentucky to join us today. We are about to meet our skaters from Demolition City. And as I promised those of you on Facebook, we're going to see them bust through a wall like the demolition whatevers they are. What's a demolition? Like the wrecking balls. There they go. I want a wall to bust through. And that is your Demolition City Roller Derby team, including Kimmy S'more, number 1111, Sunshine Slammer, number 12, Spitfire, number 15, Daisy Bruiser, number 20, Roxy Ram Jam, 213, Middle Child, 23, Bad News Bear, 26, Leave It to Bieber, 28, Daunted Justice, 29, Banana Slam Cakes to 300, Mom Van Dam, 443, Ninja Maiden, 62, Mini Boss, 64, Lefty Lucy, 74, and Vanna Riot, 93. Welcome, Michael. And Michael says, explosives, kaboom. Exactly. That is how Demolition City has come in today. They will be playing Vette City. Vette City skaters include number 21, Slip Happens, number 22, Out of Control, 321, Controlled Chaos, 40, The Grim Roller, 42, Scarlet Fever, 5, Red, 573, Tabatoli Ravioli, 92, Big City Slam, 213, Micro Machina, 26, Scouter Stitches, 33, Sugary, 413, Genferno, 43, Foxytocin, 55, Queen of Hearts, and 84, Spelunker. We are so excited to be having you join. We have not been live in a month, and we have missed it. Sirius and I are so excited to be back, to be live, to be bringing you roller derby tonight out of Evansville, Indiana. Our first game up is the home team of Demolition City versus Vette City Venom. In our second game tonight, we will be enjoying an A-level scrimmage between the self-named Laboobooz and the Furbeez. I have been told there are costumes. I can't wait. For those who don't know us, you are watching Derby Date Night, where we bring you live roller derby in and around the Midwest. I am Aria Kidding Me, and I'll be your play-by-play announcer with all the action and some corny jokes. Behind the camera is Sirius Lee, my forever date night and the real brains behind the operation. Pretty much, he's doing all the important stuff while also trying to keep me in line. It's a hard job, but somebody has to do it. And there is the mascot, TNT. Oh no, I forgot his name. TNT, Dynamite. Dynamite is his name. Dynamite, the mascot, who I think is the most adorable thing. And if you want to know about some of the lore, you just need to ask Demolition City skater Schlitthroat, and they will tell you all the lore that there is behind Dynamite. For those of you who don't know what we do here at Derby Date Night, we bring you both good roller derby and bad jokes. Every stream we have a theme for our jokes, and today is no different. Evansville is also known as Demolition City, which is the basis of the team name. But a funny fact about that, it's not actually called Demolition City by very many people in Evansville, and no one really knows where the name came from, which makes us like it even more. We liked it so much we decided to make it our joke theme tonight. So get ready, because it's going to be the bomb with all of our explosive jokes tonight. If you are just finding us for the first time, welcome. We love to interact with our community, affectionately known as the Third Wheels. You can see some of our Third Wheels in the chat. They have a little wheel next to their name. We encourage you to chat with each other, send super chats to shout out skaters, and participate in our polls. If you want to help take us to the next level, there are so many easy and free ways you can support us. Please like and subscribe, as it helps us grow our channel. You can also find us at Derby Date Night on Facebook, Instagram, and our website. If you want to be an even bigger part of the Derby Date Night crew, you can join our YouTube membership program by scanning that QR code on your screen right now. Becoming a member not only helps create even more awesome content, it also unlocks exclusive perks just for you. As a member, you get access to things like bonus content, shout-outs in our videos, members-only badges, and even sneak peeks at our upcoming schedules. Sirius and I love our Derby dates, and we want to keep bringing you all the best Derby action. So hit that join button and check out all the awesome perks waiting for you. Every membership makes a huge difference to us, and we appreciate you all so much. Let's grow this Derby-loving community together. And with that being said, we have just got about 2 minutes until Derby. Saying hello to Michael Lalonde. Carl, you're here all the way from Australia. We enjoy you being here. Peyton is here to root for VCRD. And we've got Roller Derby 24/7, Eric in the chat, and also sitting behind me. So that's always fun. Brandy Thompson's here to root for Vette City, and we are so excited to get started. We have streamed these two teams a number of times, and we are excited to get to know them a little bit better tonight. I've got lots of fun facts about these skaters, and I am excited to share them all with you as we watch tonight's games. And yes, I said games. There are 2 games. So, what's the word? Dial in, strap in, because we're getting ready for a great night. I don't know an explosive way to say that. What do? You get ready. You put your hard hats on. Sirius is just like, I don't know what you're talking about, Aria. Oh, Purple Fury's here. Hello. Hales Hydrangea. So thankful for this live feed so I can be there without being there. We are so glad to have you here, Hales. We cannot wait. And this is going to be an exciting game. Furno on the line. Let's go. Speaking of Furno, who is from VCRD, you want to know something fun about Skater Inferno? Skater Inferno spent their teenage years in a skating rink, so they have been skating for a really long time. Yes, fire in the hole. Thank you, Eric. Ready, fire in the hole. I've had so much fun reading all of these fun facts about all of these different skaters as we get ready for tonight. So as we see them, I will let you know some fun things about all of them. Oh, Sirius wants me to tell you what refs are here. There's a lot of them. I don't know if I can do them all in 40 seconds. Let's see. Our on-skates refs for this game include Schlitt in their first head ref game. Bambi, I haven't seen Bambi, so I don't know if Bambi's still, oh, Bambi is here, there's Bambi. Bambi is on the inside pack. We've got Nano as a jam ref, hashtag smash tag as a jam ref. Baddison, is that Baddison? Oh, there's Baddison. OPR, Tiffy also OPRing, and Drift is our OPR. On the NSO side, I will tell you about that in a minute because we are gonna get started with this game. This crowd is so, for a while I was like, oh, there's not very many people here because there's not very many people on the floor, but these bleachers are completely filled as we get ready for the first jam of this game, and the crowd is ready and waiting for all the fun roller derby that's going to be happening tonight. And with that, our first jam has started. We've got Jen Furno for Vette City. And Jen Furno does become lead jammer for that first jam. I think that's Mini Boss jamming for, Mini Boss has passed the star to the pivot as Jen Furno comes around, managing to stay inbounds on the outside line. Jen Furno gets 4 points for Vette City, while the pivot for Demolition City has been pushed to the back of the pack and is now the jammer of record. Jen Furno coming through for another 4-point scoring pass, bringing Vette City to 8 points. Demolition City still scoreless. That is number 28, that's Bieber. Leave It to Bieber is your jammer who almost got out at the front but got swallowed back up by that pack. Jen Furno through for a third pass, bringing that total to 12. Leave It to Bieber is back at the back of the pack again, now in a tripod, trying to find some space on the inside line. Jen Furno coming through on a 4th scoring pass. Is going to be pushed a little bit to the outside and is able to get through the middle for another 4 points. Bieber still at the back of the pack, getting some offensive help from Mini Boss on the inside line, but jukes around to the outside and is able to get clear of the pack and is going to be chasing down Jen Furno, who calls the jam at the top of the pack, but not before doing some big damage at the beginning of this game, starting this game off strong for Vette City at 20 points, Demolition City at 0. Ooh, that was a nice, fast first jam, wasn't it, Sirius? Getting going real good here, definitely. All right, Leave It to Bieber, who was jamming in that last jam. When she was a kid, Leave It to Bieber wanted to grow up to be Laura Ingalls Wilder, and instead grew up to be a derby skater called Leave It to Bieber, which is a very different future. Anyway, for Demolition City, we have got Daisy Bruiser as our jammer. And for Vette City, we have got Slip Happens, who is pulling the pack to the front, is trying to get around a tripod, takes a hit to the inside, and is going to be forced to the back. Meanwhile, Daisy Bruiser it's got all four focused on offense, but has a blocker come in to try and help, but it is too late as Slip Happens has gotten out and will be your lead jammer for Vette City. Slip Happens coming around on a first scoring pass and is able to get through a mixed pack and takes a hit at the end from Daunted Justice, who does slow them down, but Slip Happens is able to keep going with a smile and grab 4 points for Vette City. In the meantime, Daisy Bruiser has gotten out of the pack and will be able to score points if Slip Happens does not call the jam, but Slip does call the jam, so no points will be scored for Demolition City. Vette has given themselves, I think it's going to be 8 more points, bringing their total to 28. 2 jams in, and Vette City is trying to blow away Demolition City already. I know, Sirius, I'm sorry. You're going to be stuck with all these explosion posts. What? He says the jokes are bombing. I haven't even gotten to the jokes yet, Sirius. For those who are new, please subscribe if you're enjoying what you're hearing. We like to watch good roller derby, but we also like to tell a lot of bad jokes. It's part of what you get here when you are on a derby date night with us. A quick, Sugaree jamming for Vette City was almost out at the front. Demo City players coming around to try and swallow Sugaree up, but Sugaree was able to get out. Meanwhile, Lefty Lucy in the back looked like they were thinking about passing that star, but decided not to, found space on the outside and gets through to become lead jammer. So even though Sugaree was out first and is currently scoring points, Sugaree is not lead jammer. I'm guessing there was a no pass, no penalty in that first pass, which means Sugaree was not eligible to become jammer because Sugaree did not pass all 4 blockers legally. It doesn't mean Sugaree had a penalty, but maybe Sugaree and a blocker went out at the same time and they both went back in, so Sugaree didn't earn that blocker's point, which means lead jammer was still open, and it went to Demolition City, who I believe are going to be scoring their first points of this game in this jam. As Lefty Lucy is getting pulled all the way to the back by Out of Control from Vette City, Lefty decides to call that jam, but was able, I believe, to put some points on the board for Demolition City. Palindrome. Those of you in the chat who have access to our extra special member-only exclusives, put those Taco Cats in the chat for our first palindrome of the game. Love to see it. Karina's rooting for VCRD. Brandy's excited for Slip. I'm just excited for roller derby over here and making Sirius groan with all my explosive jokes tonight. All right, we got Foxy Tosin as the jammer for Vette City and Spitfire jamming for Demolition City. Foxy is trying to pull the pack apart at the front, is able to get past the last blocker. Demo City coming around to try and help their jammer through. Spitfire still in the pack as Foxy Tosin is coming in on a scoring pass. Foxy getting slowed down by a tripod at the front. Spitfire, meanwhile, has that star off. All 4 Vette City blockers are focused on blocking right now. Spitfire trying to break that pack apart at the back. Meanwhile, at the front, we have got Foxy Tosin on those toe stops with a little spin, but is unable to stay in bounds after pushing Foxy Tosin out. That star was passed to Roxy Ramjam, who did a really nice job there. Roxy not only was the one to push Foxy Tosin out immediately, after pushing Foxy out, turns around and sees the jammer needing to pass the star, grabs the star, and goes out and forces that call off. Very nice work there by that jammer. Love seeing those Taco Cats in the chat. It is no longer, it's still a palindrome, Sirius. 353 instead of 313. It'll be a palindrome for a little while. Demo City wants to get out. Demo City wants some points, so it's no longer a palindrome. All right, we've got Jen Furno for Vette City and Mini Boss for Demolition City. We have seen both these jammers before. And a nice hit out by Middle Child to slow down Genferno, but it wasn't enough as Jen was able to come back in and get through to become lead jammer. Mini Boss taking a hit to the outside, comes back in, but a whistle is blown, not at the jammer. So Mini Boss able to still keep going. Meanwhile, Genferno is currently in the pack on a scoring pass, while Mini Boss is trying to bust this pack at the front apart. Genferno recycling to the back. Mini Boss takes a hit. We are losing skaters left and right here as that penalty box is starting to fill up with skaters. Genferno coming around on a scoring pass. Easily, ooh, nice offense there by the Vette City blockers to completely open up that inside line. But also nice job by Vanna Riot, the pivot, who took a pass there and was able to get that jam called. And I am hearing a whistle. I think there might be a timeout about to happen. Let's see if I've got some facts about some of the skaters that I've talked about so far. Let's see, Foxy Tosin, Sirius from Vette City. Did you know that Foxy is a birth doula? I love when roller derby skaters have the most caring and kind and gentle things that they do outside of derby, like a birth doula, and then they come out here and play derby and just hit people. Always fun. That's really cool fact about Foxy Tosin. Look at that crowd. What is that? Oh, they're getting excited about TNT. Love watching the crowd. Always a lot of fun. And Slip Happens, who we've been watching a lot as well, also from Vette City, is vice president of her area's chapter of Recovering Women Riders, which is a sober women's motorcycle organization. That's super cool. That is really cool. I didn't know that there was a sober women's motorcycle organization. That's really cool. And she used to be a Wildlands firefighter. Are you pointing at the dazzle of zebras in the middle, Sirius? You always like to look at the dazzle of zebras in their natural habitat. Eric, I will get to the jokes. I am busy with facts right now. I did have a month, and I got some good ones tonight. Okay, next break I'll get some. Okay, they're bad. They're good bad jokes. Sirius is like, you didn't take a month to get them ready. You were doing them 20 minutes ago. It's true. Carl, this venue is in Evansville, Indiana, which is the southern. Are we southern west? Is it southwest, Sirius? Somebody will tell me in the chat. I know it's South Indiana. I think it's southwest Indiana. Like, we are almost in Kentucky? Are we above Kentucky? Are we right above Kentucky right now? Yes. See? Across the river? Oh, we're like real close to Kentucky. Okay, Derby's happening. I should probably talk about that. Daisy Bruiser jamming for Demolition City and Slip Happens for Vette City. And this is it's been like a while now. No lead jammer has been established. No, now, of course, make me a liar. Slip Happens is the jammer, but that took a long time to happen as Daisy Bruiser takes a hit to the outside from the Vette City pivot. Slip Happens comes in on a first scoring pass, gets a little tangled up with Middle Child in the middle of the pack. Middle Child always in the middle. Daisy Bruiser is stuck at the back of the pack. Look at that tripod. What a strong tripod from Vette there. Okay, pulling the pack apart at the front is Slip Happens, who is able to get through to score 4 points for Vette City. Daisy Bruiser has passed the star. No, did not pass the star. The pivot is headed, Scarlet Fever is headed to the box. So Daisy is still the jammer and wait, no, that's the pivot for Vette City. Ignore me. Roxy Ram Jam did take the star and is now the jammer for Demo City, is able to score points. So I think Demo City is going to be above 3 points now as Slip Happens comes around after having scored 8 points, is going for 12. Roxy Ram Jam has put 4 points on the board for Demolition City and is coming into the pack on another scoring pass. And slides right through to grab 4 more points for Demo City. Slip Happens does decide to make that call off, and Demolition City is happy to have put 8 more points on the board, bringing our score to 54-11. Teresa tells me that I am correct. Serious. I always like being told when I'm right. It is the Southwest. I don't mind being told when I'm wrong, but I like it better. It helps. It helps when I'm right. Yeah, I'm always a little bit happier about that. We're just a little bit over 10 minutes into this game as Sugary and Lefty Lucy are going to be jamming for their respective teams. Both of them, oh my gosh, this defense is looking really good as both of these teams slowly inch their way to the first corner. Sugary finds some space on the outside, tangles a little bit with Scarlet Fever and even Lefty Lucy, the jammer, but is able to pull that pack apart at the front and become lead jammer. Demo City is doing a really good job, though, of recycling to the front. So even when the jammer thinks they're out, the Demo City is still recycling to the front. So it's like, even though there's only 4 of them, they still have to pass like 8 people. So good job, Demo City, with making sure that the jammers are having to work for it. They don't just give up when they've been passed once, because they can just go right back up to the front and be there again as a blocker. Sugary finding space on the inside. It is Lefty Lucy who takes a hit from out of control after almost getting out of the pack. Sugary gets a penalty on it for a track cut, so this jam will go the full 2 minutes, and this is a great opportunity here for Demo City to have their first power jam of the game. Lefty Lucy just has to get out of this pack in order to start scoring points. I think Lefty Lucy, this is still the initial pass, so not currently scoring points. So got to get out as that pack is slowing down between turns 3 and 4. A giant hit from, I believe that's out of control. Getting back up and continuing to push. Lefty Lucy does get through. Really hard effort there and is through, as #SmashTag indicates. Still not lead jammer, but eligible to score points now as Lefty Lucy is coming into the pack. Sugary has been released from the box and is now back in and is on a scoring. Okay, so here's the thing. Sugary was on a scoring pass when she went to the box, so probably had some points in the pocket. Sometimes when skaters come out of the box and then they don't pass anybody and they get points, people get confused as to why they got points. Sometimes when you go to the box, before you've gotten all the way through the pack, you have what are called points in the pocket. So Sugary did score 1 point there at the, or 4 points at the end, because Sugary had actually passed all 4 blockers before going to the box, I believe. Ultra Ego is here from Colorado. I am happy that you are here. I am happy you are in Colorado, your destination, but I'm sad that you're not here with me. But I'm glad that you're here on the stream. Nicole's wondering, where is Bad News Bear? I'm not sure. Maybe they play in the next game? Not sure. Anyway, starting another jam is Spitfire for Demo City and Foxytocin for Vette City. Spitfire is the one pulling the pack towards the front, getting some help there from Mom Van Dam. Helping out, trying to open up that outside line. Foxytocin, meanwhile, at the back of the pack is stuck behind Middle Child. You know, Middle Child's always a problem. Okay, I'm going to have way too much fun with Middle Child's name, of course. Middle Child getting pulled to the back there by Kimmy S'more. Kimmy S'more doing some real nice one-on-one blocking at the back. There is still no lead jammer in this jam, as Spitfire has also been pulled to the back of the pack. Both jammers trying to find space. Foxytocin on those toe stops on the inside line. Kimmy S'more up at the front was holding Foxytocin, but Foxy was able to push through and become lead jammer for Vette City. Spitfire, meanwhile, has been pushed to the inside line and is being pulled to the back by Controlled Chaos, aptly named, controlling the jam there. Meanwhile, Foxytocin is pulling that pack apart at the front and does so to grab 4 more points for Vette City, bringing them to 62 points. Demolition City still sitting at 12. Spitfire hands the star to the pivot, who is Kimmy S'more, who now has the star and will not be able to use it because that jam was called. And we are just a little bit more than halfway through this first half. This is going so fast. I've been saying all day I'm so sad because we haven't done Derby in so long, and I'm so excited to finally be able to get to do some Derby. Oh, look at that hug between two opposing teams on the line. That's beautiful. I love it. I love it. These two teams play each other a lot. We have actually filmed these two teams playing each other last year when we went to Vette City in September, and we will be doing it again in September. So you'll get to see these two teams again, although today's game is Vette City. So Demo City does not have a B team. This is Vette City's B team. Demo City has kind of let some of their A skaters sit. You'll be seeing them later in the second game, but this is Demolition City, but a little bit more of a B team Demolition City. So this is more of a B team matchup, and then our second game later today is going to be an A team matchup of it's just two. It's two. There's no team. It's Laboobooz and Furbeez. Is that what they're called? They named themselves. Let me look. I think that's what it is. Where'd they go? Yep, Laboobooz and Furbeez. You have no, oh, you want me to tell a joke? Serious one? No, this isn't a timeout. I can't tell a joke. See, look, we're back to Derby. Can't tell a joke yet. Sirius is getting so irritated with me. I'm completely out of control. I've had way too much caffeine today, clearly. Daisy Bruiser jamming for Demolition City, and slip happens for Vette City. Up on those toe stops, slip tried to get through on the outside line, but was not able to and is forced to recycle to the back. Meanwhile, Daisy Bruiser busting through a tripod at the front to become lead jammer for Demolition City, and this crowd is excited and ready for it. Slip Happens has the star off, but doesn't need to pass it and is able to get through the pack. But Daisy Bruiser is currently in the pack on a scoring pass and gets through, scoring 4 points for Demolition City and decides to call the jam. Demo City has outscored Vette City for the first time in this game, bringing them to 16. Those of you who are new here and have not joined us here on Derby Date Night, something that we do every game is we have people vote on a skater of the game, and for this game we'll be doing the same thing. Sirius and I will be choosing 2 blockers and 2 jammers, 1 from each team for you all to vote on during the second half of this game. So if you have any skaters that you're seeing doing some really awesome things and you'd like us to consider them to be nominated for Skater of the Game, let us know, because we will be discussing at halftime what we would like to do. Mini Boss jamming for Demolition City and Sugary for Vette City. Mini Boss is through as lead jammer for Demolition City. 2 lead jammers in a row. Sugary has got to get past Bieber. Sugary takes a little tumble at the front. Bieber doing nice one-on-one blocking, holds Sugary, but Sugary is able to get through. Mini Boss is at the back of the pack as Demo City comes in to provide some offense. Big City Slam is there, slamming into Mini Boss, and Mini Boss does call that jam off, but not before scoring. Were there points? Were there points? 3 points for Demolition City. Carl thinks that the score is going to drastically change. You never know with these, especially with a B-level game. This score, as those of you who have watched Derby for a long time, you know that these scores can change real fast, especially when you go from when they go to halftime and then they come back. Sometimes things can really drastically change. All right, but that's not Sugary. That is Jen Furno. But Jen Furno says, I don't want it to change. I want it to stay this way, so I'm going to get lead jammer for Vette City. Meanwhile, who is that? That is Lucy, Lefty Lucy jamming for Demolition City is able to get through. Jen Furno decides to call the jam. All right, since Sirius and Eric, Roller Derby 24/7, were complaining earlier, I will give you one explosive joke. How much damage was there after the perfume manufacturing plant exploded? The factory blew up? The olfactory blew up. Sirius goes, you blew it. I need a redo on this joke. I need a redo. You guys guys know what happened. Daisy Bruiser jamming for Demolition City and Sugar Ree for Vette City. Daisy Bruiser is in the back. Nice blocking being done by both teams here as neither jammer is finding any purchase. These teams are focused on defense and defense only. We have got nobody coming in to help these jammers. That's always so tough. If I was a jammer, I would be like, come on, somebody, anybody? But nobody's helping these jammers. It's going to be up to them to try and find some space here. And who is going to be the one to find that space? We don't know. But Daisy's now getting that offensive help, but not in time because Sugary somehow sneaks through that pack to become lead jammer. But Daisy Bruiser's right behind. And looks at the coach and goes, I don't know what to do. And so decides to call the jam. That was really funny. I don't know. You want me to call it? You want me to keep going? I don't know. You choose. Eric says that joke was a stinker. It's only because I said it badly. Let me try again. What happened when the designer shoe factory had an explosion? A shoe factory. Many souls were lost. We promise you bad jokes, and that was a good bad joke. Mini Boss jamming for Demolition City, and Slip Happens for Vette City. Demolition City has got to get some more lead jammers or send Vette City Jammer to the box if they want to make some big damage in that lead that Vette City has established. And right now, Slip Happens is pulling that pack to the front and is able to get out and become lead jammer. Immediately, Mini Boss takes that star off and is thinking about handing it to the pivot. Something I just saw, Mini Boss thought about handing it to the pivot when she was on her knees and very smartly did not, because you have to be upright and inbounds to pass a star. And even though the pivot was in the right spot, Mini Boss on their knees, not in the right spot to pass that star. All right. Slip Happens in the pack on a second scoring pass. Takes a little tumble in the middle of the pack and is headed to the box. So this will be a power jam for the pivot, Roxy Ram Jam, who took a star pass. Oh, that is the hardest thing. When you're a pivot, you take a star pass, and now you are now the jammer for a whole minute. Luckily, Roxy Ram Jam is a jammer. I've seen Roxy Jam a number of times. When you're a pivot, you have to be prepared at any point that you could, that was a lot of P's. Pivot at any point, never mind. You could be the jammer at any point, and Roxy Ram Jam is trying to take advantage of this power jam. Slip Happens is already standing in the penalty box as Roxy needs to get through this pack to be able to score some points. Vette City doing a great job holding Roxy with a tripod at the front. Slip Happens is out of the box and back in the pack. Nobody can call this jam because nobody is lead. Slip Happens able to get through and grab 4 more points while Roxy is still struggling at the back, but gets some help and gets through right at the buzzer, grabbing 4 points, I believe, for Demolition City. I have a feeling a timeout is coming. Maybe. I see Chops going out, the coach for Demolition City, who I have a ton of cool facts about. I learned that Chops, okay, those of you who like wrestling, I'm not a wrestling person, but Chops has had dinner with Mick Foley, who I guess if you like WWE, you know exactly who that is. He's had dinner with that person. But speaking of wrestling, Chops, who is Chops on the screen? Can you show me Chops, serious, please? You got him kind of on the side of the screen talking to Schlitt. Show me Chops. He's walking. Okay, used to be a pro wrestler. I think that's so cool. Used to throw people and hit people and do all the cool pro wrestling things. Love it. Anyway, I should probably tell another joke. Not because Eric told me to, but because I should just tell another joke. All right. What happened after the explosion in the shirt department at the Gap? There were many casualties. Casualties.
Oh my God.
I like that one so much. Okay, thank you. This timeout is because of scoreboard difficulties. Come on, casualties. That's a good one. It made me laugh so hard, I literally like just stomped my feet. I was so proud of my joke. All right, since we're still fixing the scoreboard, I guess I can, oh, this one is really bad. Should I tell it? What happened after the Nissan car factory exploded? It rained Datsun cogs. Most of these people probably haven't even heard of is it a Datsun? Datsun cogs? It rained Datsun cogs. That's an old car. Carl, did they have Datsuns in Australia? Serious, you're rolling your eyes so hard at me right now. He doesn't know what to do with me. Carl likes my jokes. He says, okay, that's good. Okay, some more fun things about Chops. Chops used to scale buildings, which, that would be cool to see. Parkour! Parkour! And planted trees on Mount Fuji. I know, isn't that cool? This is his 16th season of derby coaching. And you know how a lot of skaters like have screws somewhere in their body from an injury? Like me. Chops has 4 screws in their neck. Yeah, that is a place I don't think I've known anybody who has screws in their neck. That's crazy. Okay, time for more derby. And Kimmy S'more is putting the star on for Demolition City. We've seen Kimmy S'more as a pivot, but not as a jammer. Sugaree, meanwhile, jamming for Vette City, is pushed to the inside and recycled to the back by Kimmy, doing double duty as jammer and blocker, and then immediately pushes through to grab lead jammer. Sugaree, meanwhile, oh, that was interesting. So Sugaree lost control a little bit and accidentally skated through the inside of the track and then skated out onto the track, which resulted in a penalty. Kimmy S'more took advantage of that and has scored 4 points and is coming around on another scoring pass in what is now a power jam for Demolition City. Kimmy S'more engaged in the pack again. Demolition City doing passive offense, and Kimmy S'more is just pushing through to get past Vette City. Kimmy S'more again. As Sugaree comes out of the box, Sugaree is now eligible to score points. Kimmy S'more still controls this jam as lead jammer and can call it off. And is through. This crowd is loud as Kimmy S'more comes around with 12 points scored, is gonna try to keep scoring as Sugaree has been trying to find any way to get through this pack, but is having a hard time as Demolition City has been holding Sugaree really well. Kimmy S'more through for another 4 points, 16 points total for Demolition City. Carl, see, you were right. Things can change very quickly in Derby. As Demolition City is not only chipping into this lead, but like smashing into it like the construction workers they are. I don't know if you saw that at the very end, but Kimmy S'more does what we call unnecessary apex hops. And at the very end of that jam, when no one was around, Kimmy S'more did a beautiful unnecessary apex hop. So you should look for more unnecessary apex hops from Demolition City during the rest of this game. Carl, you missed the cut track. It was an interesting cut track. You definitely should rewatch that one. It's one that I don't think I've seen that specific type of cut track happen in a game before. Lefty Lucy jamming for Demolition City, going to be hoping to build upon what Kimmy S'more just did, but it's going to be hard when Foxy Tosin is the one pulling out to the front first and becomes lead jammer for Vette City. Both Foxy Tosin and Jen Furno have been doing a great job as jammers for Vette City, having scored lots of points for their team. Lefty Lucy is able to get through, is not lead jammer, but is going to be potentially trying to force a call-off. And Foxy Tosin does score those 4 points and calls this jam off with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in this first half. Those of you getting sad that we're already halfway through the first game are like, I want more Derby. Don't worry, more Derby is coming. And we will be showing a second game, which is an A-level mashup later In about 2 minutes, we will also be deciding who we are going to nominate. Big City Slam waving at the crowd, but I'm going to say waving at the camera. But in 2 minutes, we will be deciding who to nominate for you to vote for as Skater of the Game. So let us know if there's anybody you think would deserve that title. Bella says, go Grim and Spelunk. Jen Furno coming out as your lead jammer for Vette City. Meanwhile, Mini Boss jamming for Demolition City is able to get out, but is about 3/4 of a track behind as Jen Furno is in the pack and avoids a hit from Mom Van Dam to be able to grab those 4 points and call that jam with 1 minute and 18 seconds left. Mom Van Dam still drives the mom van that got her derby name 10 years ago. Mom Van Dam still driving the van 10 years ago. I love that. Did you know that Mom Van also attended 7 different schools before high school graduation? All in the Evansville area. Rivaling our kids have attended 3 schools. 7 is a lot. That's more than twice as many as our kids. Good job, you can do math, serious. Slip Happens is lead jammer for Vette City. Daisy Bruiser is jamming for Demolition City. No, past the star to Roxy Ram Jam, who is now the jammer for Demolition City. That was sneaky. I didn't even see that star pass. Slip Happens gets through and calls the jam after scoring 4 points. There are 25 seconds left in this first half. If no timeout is called, we will go into halftime. So we will see if any of these coaches are going to use their timeout. I think they are. Maybe. I don't know. I'm debating here. A timeout is being called by Vette City, which means I get to tell you another explosion joke. There was an explosion at the French cheese factory. It left a lot of debris. Not just an explosion joke, serious, but a cheese joke. It's the best. Debris. And here's just an interesting fact for you, serious. If womb is pronounced womb, tomb is pronounced tomb, shouldn't bomb be pronounced boom? Were they flossing? I haven't seen people flossing in a long time. I'm still cracking myself up over here. We're going to get one more jam in this first half. For those of you who are watching for the first time, please subscribe. We are getting closer and closer to 2,000 subscribers, and we are so excited about that. We love our community, and we love all of you. And if you want to know where we're going to be next and want to be notified, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can get notified where we are going to be next. Let's see if I've got any other fun facts about the skaters you've been seeing a lot of. Roxy Ram Jam, who you just saw take a star pass, never played a sport before joining roller derby and joined at the age of 37. I love that. I joined at the age of 35, and I'm so glad I did. And, you know, I love that derby. Some people have played juniors, and they've been playing since they were like 12 or even younger. And then there's those of us who join in our 30s and find it and love it and do really well in it. So that's really neat for Roxy Ram Jam. And especially having never played a sport before, Roxy is doing an amazing job. So lots of fun to watch all these skaters do some pretty amazing things. All right, we got Sugary and Mini Boss on the line for their respective teams. So you get to see them one more time before we go into halftime. Sugary is pushing at the front of the pack. Has got a duo of blockers to get past. Mini Boss, meanwhile, is back in the back of the pack. Sugary up on those toe stops on the inside line, gets out as lead jammer. Mini Boss, in the meantime, is gone towards the outside, is looking for some assistance from Mom Van Dam, is trying to pull that pack apart at the front while Sugary comes into the pack on a first scoring pass. Sugary takes a second to assess the situation, while Mini Boss at the back gets pushed to the outside and is getting pulled all the way to the back by Queen of Hearts, doing double duty as a coach and skater right now. It's always interesting to me when you see skaters who are coaching at the same time as skating. I don't even know if I could ever do that. That would be so hard. All right, Sugary is still stuck in that tripod at the back, but is still lead jammer and controlling this game. Mini Boss still on that initial pass, not currently scoring points, is trying to figure out any way to get through, as this jam is just going to run down. There is nothing happening here. Mom Van Dam is holding that bridge, trying to keep that pack together as best as they can. Mini Boss sweeping from side to side, trying to pull that tripod apart. Sugary at the back just kind of waiting and occasionally kind of pushing as much as she can. Sugary continuing to be stuck. Mini Boss getting pulled all the way to the back. 12 seconds left. I know Sugary has Sugary has gotten 4 points. Mini Boss getting pulled to the back again. Oh, it's just brutal. The jam has come to a conclusion. Sugary was able to grab 4 points in a long, hard, tough jam there at the end of the first half. We are going into the second half with the score of 92 for Vette City to 43 for Demolition City. Demolition City has done an amazing job of cutting into that lead. We are going to go into halftime, and we will be back in about 15 minutes with the second half of this game. Stick around. We will be right back on Derby Date Night. and welcome back to Derby Date Night. I love the fact that you all were enjoying our halftime bangers and that our music was going with the skate team that was skating out during halftime, which was so enjoyable. Loved hearing them, and I loved playing with my new Derby Date Night fan, which makes noise, and it's now a part of my personality, I've decided. So when you see me, you're going to see my Derby Date Night fan, and Sirius is not happy about it. He didn't even know I was ordering it, but now I have one. And you can see it on Facebook because I took a picture with it earlier. I'm currently showing you all the fan, even though I'm not on screen. And Sirius says, the game has started, Aria. Pay attention. So I will. Lead jammer going to Jenferno for the first lead of the second half. Mini Boss jamming for DCRD is trying to find space and push that pack apart through the middle while Jenferno comes in on a scoring pass, takes a whip off her teammate, and is through for 4 points for Vette City. Mini Boss is able to get through as well and is about a quarter track behind as these two jammers are going to race to the pack. No! Mini Boss is in the penalty box, so this will be a power jam for Jenferno, who is currently looking at the, oh, she was confused because she didn't realize it was a power jam, but scored 4 points, is working on communicating and going all the way around the track. Jenferno coming in on another scoring pass while Mini Boss waits in the penalty box. Speaking of Mini Boss, who's about to come out of the box, we do have a vote to put up, and you can help us choose who is going to win the skater of the game. We have chosen 4 skaters to nominate, 2 from each team, and you get to vote on who our skater of the game is going to be to receive one of our coveted skater of the game stickers. Don't forget, you can only vote once, so think carefully, and we will close this poll about 5 minutes left in the game. Monster, you're in for not only good derby right now, but you're in for good derby after this. We have this is our B-level matchup right now between Vette City out of Bowling Green, Kentucky, and Demolition City out of Evansville, Indiana. After this, we will have another game, which is a mashup, and it is going to be an A-level matchup between the self-named Laboobooz and Furbeez, which I've heard there are costumes. This timeout is brought to you by Track Repair, and since we're having a timeout, that means I have to tell you another explosive joke. So I have so many good explosive jokes. This one is so stupid. If you say AT&T backwards, you sound like a Canadian bomb technician. TNT, eh? Get it? Sirius just is hardly looking at me at all. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. That was bad. But that's what you came here for, right? Bad jokes, and now back to the good derby. Slip Happens jamming for Vette City, and Mom Van Dam jamming for Demolition City, and lead goes to Slip Happens for Vette City, while Demo City is coming back to offer some help to Mom Van Dam, who was the Mom Van Dam accidentally, nope, is good. She's out. Mom Van Dam is through. That's not Mom Van Dam. Was that a, yes it is. Anyway, that jam ended. I got confused, but Mom Van Dam forced the call off, and 4 points was scored by Vette City Roller Derby. I want to tell you some things about some more people that are out there today. Controlled Chaos on Vette City is a mom of 4, an ultrasound tech, and a really tough and amazing skater. I think that was written by somebody else. I just have a feeling. But that is Controlled Chaos, who we have seen doing some really great things out there on the track as a blocker today. So nice to see, always fun to see skaters doing amazing things. And I love a good ultrasound tech. I used to work for a program that trained not ultrasound techs, but radiography techs, so that was really fun. Anyway, Sugary jamming for Vette City, and Sunshine Slammer, who I don't think we've seen, jamming for Demolition City. Sunshine Slammer stuck at the back of the pack, has 3 blockers to get through. Sugary is pulling that pack apart at the front. I think I might have information on, no, neither of them. Sugary is through. Sunshine Slammer is also through and is going to be maybe trying to force that call off. Vette City has gone above that 100 mark now. As Sunshine Slammer's coming around, trying to get Sugary to call it. Sugary does call it, narrowly avoiding a hit at the end there from Justice. Justice likes to do triathlons with Bangs. Bangs McCoy, who I don't know if Bangs is here, but Bangs is a skater on Vette City who we have seen a lot. And Justice completed their first marathon this year, is a crazy cat lady and a proud Laboobooz owner. For those who don't know what Laboobooz are, because Sirius has no idea, he heard me say the team name of Laboobooz for later, and he was like, the what? The boo what? Laboobooz are like it's Laboobooz versus Furbeez. Furbeez were the crazy, like, weird thing, like, in the 90s. I guess they got popular again now. But Laboobooz, they look like monkeys, and they go on a keychain, and they're like a soft thing, and they have a weird plastic face, and they're all different, I guess. And you open a box, and you pull one out, and then you put it on your keychain, and it's a Laboobooz. That's all I know. What do you think, Sirius? Should we get some Laboobooz? He says no. We're too old for that. Foxy Tosin is the lead jammer for Vette City, but Lefty Lucy is about a half track behind, chasing down Foxy Tosin. Lefty Lucy comes into the pack, might have grabbed a point there. I think Lefty did steal a little point there. Speaking of Lefty, we have had a doula. No, not a doula. What was she? Yeah, a doula, a birth doula, a ultrasound tech, and now Lefty Lucy, who is a third-generation nurse, also a third-generation firefighter EMT, and played soccer for about 8 years before joining Derby. Love to hear it. Oh, Roller Derby 24/7. Coach Eric giving out some memberships to those of you watching. Welcome to the team with a free 1-month membership from Coach Eric, Vanity, CJ, Melissa, Randy, and Queen of Hearts, who I think is literally coaching right now. Yeah, Queen of Hearts is coaching, so I don't know how Queen of Hearts is logged in and just won a membership. Queen of Hearts got one of the memberships. But Derby's still happening. So congratulations. Thank you, Eric. You spoil us so much. And yay for those of you who received 1-month memberships and get to enjoy the fun things that come along with that. Jen Furno coming around on a scoring pass. Mini Boss is being sent to the penalty box and will be thinking about whatever happened there, while Jen Furno gets to try and take advantage of this power jam. Jen gets through for 4 points. Mini Boss, I believe, was lead. So we're going to go for the full 2 minutes in this jam. Oh, Chris has some facts. Skater Stitches is a scout leader and, another nurse and a nurse practitioner. That's so cool. There's so many, Derby and nursing has a lot of crossover, I've noticed. So I wonder if, like, when you're in a very caring profession, sometimes you just want to put on skates and hit people at the end of the day. I don't know if there's anything to that, but you can ask your you know what? You should go talk to your nurses and let them know they should join Roller Derby. This is how we recruit. Go find somebody you know in healthcare and tell them to join. Mini Boss out of the box and through the pack for 4 points. While Jen Furno, they have done a little switcheroo, and Jen Furno is currently in the box but is standing, so will be released shortly as Mini Boss attempts to put some more points on the board for Demolition City Roller Derby. Jen Furno is out of the box but might not be able to score very many points because that jam is going to come to an end. Bella Blizzy Blizzard says, go Spelunk. Kathy is rooting for Middle Child. Look at all this fun support from people in the chat. Love to see it. If you want to shout out your skater on the screen so that when they're rewatching it, they can see themselves being shouted out, you can always send a super chat, which also supports Derby Date Night and what we do. We love any support we can get to keep us rolling and to keep the Derby love rolling strong. So if you want to thank us for what we're doing, you can always send a super chat and shout out a skater that you really enjoy watching. Uh-oh, I almost said a swear word. Slip Happens. I'm glad Michael Kwan's not here right now. Slip Happens is your lead jammer, and Mom Van Dam takes a hit to the inside and is trying to find some space, but is finding Queen of Hearts at the front of the pack, who is a difficult one to get through. Queen of Hearts with that one-on-one blocking, a booty bump to the outside, pushes Mom Van Dam out of bounds. The crowd did not like that. I've never heard a crowd be so, I didn't see it, but the crowd was not happy with it. Queen of Hearts is going to the penalty box, so might have been an out-of-play block, I'm not sure. But also joining her in the box is Slip Happens. The star was passed, and the jammer is now Justice for Demo City, as Demolition City is trying to score some more points while both Queen of Hearts and the jammer for Vette City are waiting. Cosmic is here rooting for Demo. Nice to see you, Cosmic. Always fun to have you join us. Let's see, who else trying to tell you fun things about? Justice getting pushed to the back of the pack while Slip Happens is coming back in. Both jammers now in the pack with 25 seconds remaining. Slip Happens is through. So is Justice. I believe Slip Happens, it says lead jammer on there, but that's not the case. Nobody is lead jammer. We have to go for the full 2 minutes here. And they are not both through. Looks like Demo was able to get through, and Vette was not able to put any points on the board in that last one, but the damage was done as Vette was able to score 12 points in that last jam. Who else can I tell you things about? How about Banana Slam Cakes? Banana Slam Cakes had a summer job in high school where she got paid to read 75 books in 3 months. Oh, I would love to get paid to read books. I would be so good at it. Though I wouldn't, because I never have time to actually read. I brought a book today. I haven't opened it. I thought that I would have time to read, but I'm too busy talking to people. Now Banana has a life, but still participates in 3 book clubs. Sugary jamming for Vette City, and Sunshine Slammer for Demolition City. Sugary is pulling the pack to the front, trying to pull that pack apart, and is going to get past Bieber and Vanna Riot. Happy birthday, Vanna Riot, to get out of the pack and become lead. Another thing Vanna told me is that she can solve a Rubik's Cube in 60 seconds. I did tell Vanna to prove it. Haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. I don't know if I believe it, but it is Vanna's birthday, so happy birthday to Vanna Riot. Smack is here from Sew-In Roller Derby. Always lovely to see you, Smack. Sunshine Slammer trying to take advantage of a power jam. Demo City deciding to do passive offense. Sunshine Slammer trying to pull the pack apart at the front. That is a nice tripod at the front, led by Big City Slam, who is currently winning the vote for Skater of the Game. Look at that tripod. That is beautiful. That has got to be so hard on Sunshine Slammer, who is working their best, trying to push as best as they can. Nice job there. This is a clinic on a tripod. Look at that. That is beautiful. That is a beautiful tripod. Big City Slam, and who is that? Scouter Stitches, who we were just talking about. And I didn't see who the third person was in that tripod, but it was beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, Out of Control. Who's also been doing some great blocking here. Look at, I mean, this is just, oh, I gotta give a shout out here to Sunshine Slammer, who is, I have been stuck in a tripod like that before, and Sunshine is continuing to work and not giving up, and I appreciate that so much. Even when you know you're beat, don't give up, and I love seeing that from Sunshine Slammer. So I tip my hat to you. Good job there. All right, going into another jam. 17 minutes left in this game. But don't be sad, we have got a whole nother game coming after this, so stick around because we are going to continue to have fun on Derby Date Night, where we have good derby and bad jokes. I haven't told enough bad jokes because I've got so many good facts about these skaters that I just have to share with you today, because they have shared with me some of the most fun facts, and I'm just enjoying telling you all about these skaters and all these fun things. Foxy Tosin pulling the pack apart at the front. Bieber is always the skater that is like the last one holding on to the jammer, and that is just really good. Speaking of, Bieber was out of play there, so is going to the penalty box. I need to not talk about people, because when I do, they go to the penalty box. But I have to talk about people because I'm the announcer, so that's a problem. I'm just making myself laugh. Sirius is like, okay, Aria, whatever here. Foxy Tosin is through for 4 points as Kimmy S'more is pushing through that pack and gets through for DCRD and is hoping to force a call off from Foxy Tosin. Foxy looks at the bench, does not look like she's planning on calling it off. So Foxy's gonna keep on going. Blizzy with a little fox. I love that. Oh, Monster. Monster said, I think we'll live without the jokes. Okay, because of that, Monster, you're getting another joke after this jam. I have commanded it. Actually, I've just decided it, and I'm in charge because I have a microphone. So I get to tell another joke. And you're going to love it, Monster. I know you like the jokes. All right, Foxy Tosin now headed to the box as Kimmy S'more has gotten out of the pack and has gotten 4 points. Is going to try to get a few more to take advantage of this power jam for DCRD. Kimmy S'more coming into the pack, all 4 blockers. Nope, now 3. Okay, seriously, every time I say it, somebody's going to the box. Has a tripod of blockers to get through and is through for 4 more points. That was another Vette City blocker headed to the box. So currently there are only 2 Vette City blockers out on the track. As we come to the end of the jam, we are going to start this next jam as a power jam for DCRD. The jammer is standing in the box for Vette City, but there are only 2 blockers that are going to be out on the track for Vette City. I used to love this when I was a skater, and I mean, it's not fun per se, but when it's you and your buddy out there and you guys are going to be the only blockers for a minute, it's like, all right, buddy, you and I, we got this. And who are those blockers? I see the Grim Roller is one of them, and out of control. They were not able to stop Mini Boss, who gets out as lead jammer. Slip happens. No, wait, is that Foxy Tosin? Yeah, Foxy Tosin is out of the box and through the pack. Mini Boss also through the pack has scored 4 points. Foxy was on her initials, so has not scored any points, and Mini Boss decides to call it after scoring those 4. All right, Monster, I promised you a joke since you said you didn't want one. That means I have to do a joke. So, what did the chemist say when his experiment blew up? Accidents happen. Oops. Okay, this one's really, really bad, but it's funny. What happens to people who die in a bomb blast? They rest in pieces. That was horrible. Nope, back to Derby. Let's just go back to Derby. Jen Furno is your lead jammer. Mom Van Dam takes a hit to the outside after almost getting out, but Queen of Hearts gets a penalty and is headed to the box while Jen Furno is coming in on a scoring pass. Mom Van Dam is through. Not lead jammer, though. That box is getting filled up again with Vette City players. That is interesting because as we came out of the half, I had some interesting information about what was going on. Let's see. As we came out of the half, Vette City had 7 people who had penalties, but all of them had 2 or less. Vette City definitely getting more penalties per person, as DCRD only had 4 people who had penalties coming out of the half, but one person had 3 penalties coming out of the half, which was Bieber. I don't think Bieber has been to the box a lot in this half so far. So we'll have to watch that because Bieber was the only one. But DCRD definitely with less penalties than Vette in this game, which is what Demolition City is going to try to take advantage of as Vette City continues racking up those penalties. But like I said, coming out of the half, they only had like 2 or less. So as long as everybody can keep them low, they'll be okay. Moderator Tara here in the chat. Welcome. Glad to have you. Monster, oh no, he says, I'm about to lose my Derby appetite. Too many bad jokes. All right, we'll go back to the Derby. No, Monster, Sirius is not doing those calculations. I did them all by myself. Actually, the penalty people told me, so I guess they're the ones doing the calculations. Jen Furno through for another, coming into the pack to try and score. some more points. Mom Van Dam has currently scored 8, while Jen Furno has scored 4, as that jam comes to a close. Let's see, a few more fun facts. One of my favorite derby names ever from Vette City is Tabatoli Ravioli, because it's like the most fun thing to ever say. But Tabatoli Ravioli worked on a NASA partner project in 2024 for the solar eclipse. That's so cool. I would love to do that. Okay, Sirius says I have to try these Grippos because there's something from, are they specific to Evansville or just southern Indiana? And I said that we would try these on the air and see. So during this timeout, I guess we're going to try these and see if we like them. They're all over the place. I've never heard of these or seen these. Do you all know what Grippos are?
Yes, they're great potato chips.
Oh, okay. They're potato chips. I guess they're kind of barbecue-y, Sirius, and you love barbecue potato. Oh, here it goes. Okay, Sirius. Hold on. Now try it with that. You're supposed to cheers me. You already ate it. They're sorting the scoreboard. Okay, we're trying Grippos for the first time. Well, Sirius tried it first. Let me try. Ooh. They're like a sweet barbecue chip. That's really good. There are places that do pizza with Grippos. It's like got a spice that lingers. Barbecue chips aren't usually spicy. Yeah, they do. Sirius now has a handful of them. And I can't keep eating them. That's really good. I did not expect the spicy. Thank you, Demolition City, for giving us the Grippos to try. Those are really, really good. Have you guys tried these Grippos? Do you know what they are? No, but nobody on the chat. The chat is like not saying anything. They're like, I don't know what the heck you guys are doing. We're trying chips called Grippos. Oh, there's, what's he called? Dynamite-y? Dynamite-y, the most adorable mascot ever. And my goal in life now is to get Dynamite-y and the corn cob from Corn Fed to do a dance together. They'd be popping off. Yes! Somebody please make it happen. Like, somebody make my dreams come true. Dynamite-y and the corn cob in a pop-off battle. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Let me tell. Since we're still in this halftime, that does mean I have to tell another exploding joke. What'd I call it? I called it a halftime. Oh, it's a timeout. So just so you know, it's a timeout. What do ranchers call a bull that swallowed a grenade? Abominable. That has so many layers to it. Abominable. Oh, speaking of chips, what happened to the guy whose bag of, we'll call it bag of Grippos, exploded when he opened it? Now he's got a chip on his shoulder. Okay, more facts. Scarlet fever. Okay, I need a demonstration of this. So Scarlet fever, number 42 from Vette City, was a professional ventriloquist at age 8. I would really like to see a demonstration of that from Scarlet fever. That's awesome. How fun. Okay, what else do I have to tell you guys during this timeout? If you have not voted yet on Skater of the Game, you can give that vote right now. Looks like Big City Slam is winning it with 50% of the vote. And whoever ends up winning it will be presented the Skater of the Game sticker, which is a very exclusive sticker that is a Derby Date Night Skater of the Game sticker for winning Skater of the Game as chosen by the chat. Nicole says, are you reading party taffy jokes? Oh, no, I'm reading explosive jokes. Here at Derby Date Night, we give you good derby and bad jokes. Pretty much the very first time we did this, I didn't know what to do to fill the extra time, so I started telling jokes. And then I kept doing it, and then one time I decided to not do it, and everybody got mad at me and said, Aria, where are the jokes? You need to bring the jokes back. So I have realized that that's part of our thing, and so every every Derby date night, we choose a theme, and then the jokes revolve around that theme. And if you are one of our members, we sometimes even let you vote on what the theme is going to be. For next week, we have a game next week. So next Saturday night, set your calendars or subscribe so you can get the alert. We'll be live again next week for Rock, which is roller derby of Central Kentucky versus Philly roller derby. If you have an idea for our joke theme for next week, let us know. Or just, if you're a member, you can vote on whatever the theme is once I decide 3 topics to have you choose between for the joke for next time. Is Nutcase Grace in here? Somebody said hi. Oh yeah, the theatrical skater. Hello, it's nice to see you, Nutcase Grace. One of our favorite joke people, because Nutcase gave us a book of dad jokes, and we bring it with us everywhere we go, just in case I run out of jokes. Yeah, it's there. It's at the bottom of the backpack. No, it's serious. It's like, is it? Did you bring it? Of course I did. I always have it with me. Always, always, always. Oh, it looks like Pistol, Knockers, and Mouse are watching from Michigan and rooting for VCRD. Kathy Bates loves Demolition City. Go middle child. Nice. I can see you, Nutcase Grace. Tara said the jokes are your brand. You are not allowed to change that. All right, who else do I have information on? Okay, I think the only one left for this game, I've got information on people for the next game, but for this game, the only one left is Spitfire. I would like to do an extra special shout out to Spitfire from DCRD because Spitfire is the one who met us earlier today and was the very first skater here. Also let us know she might be the last one out because she's in charge of bout production. Those of you who skate and do roller derby and are in charge of bout production, I salute you because bout production is so incredibly hard. So here's what I got to tell you about Spitfire. Spitfire rocks out on the drums, does skateboarding, and also is in a Monday night pool league. Downtime does not exist to her. That's kind of like Sirius. Sirius doesn't like downtime. She also played college softball at IU Southeast. That's awesome. Spitfire is a Spitfire in every aspect of her life, clearly, and it was great getting to know her a little bit today and having her help us out. All right, back to the Derby. Slip Happens is your lead jammer for Vette City, while Sunshine Slammer is jamming for Demo. Sunshine getting pushed to the inside, while Slip Happens comes up the back and finds a pack of blockers there to stop Slip. Slip is fighting at the back, trying to find any space. Middle child is holding Slip. Slip slips to the inside, but is still having a hard time finding any space. Meanwhile, at the front, Sunshine Slammer is getting pushed to the outside. Slip Happens finally finds some space and gets around that tough middle child. The middle children are always the ones causing you trouble. So Slip finally gets past that middle child and is through for 4 points. Meanwhile, Sunshine Slammer was able to get out. Oh, number 2 Pistol heard the song Hot to Go, Sirius. We gotta hope we don't get a copyright strike on that one. I'll just try and sing really loud next time I hear a song, because when everybody was, or maybe you just saw people dancing to Hot to Go, because the entire place was literally making the little words for Hot to Go. All right, going into the last 10 minutes of this game, Vette City at 165 has almost double of Demolition City at 80. And we've got one more game after this, which is an A-level matchup between the Laboobooz and the Furbeez. And I've heard there are costumes. I really hope there's costumes, because that just is amazing. Lefty Lucy coming out with lead jammer for Demolition City Roller Derby. Sugary up on 1 foot. Takes a nice hit from Roxy Ram Jam, but is able to stay inbounds and gets through and will be chasing down Lefty Lucy. Lefty Lucy trying to get out, decides to call the jam, but Sugary might have gotten in and was able to sneak a couple points there at the end of that jam. All right, getting ready for the 13th jam of this half. Uh-oh. I'm getting jumbly with my words, Sirius, and we've got a whole nother game to go. The chat always really enjoys it when that starts to happen. That's when Sirius gets nervous. That's when I start to switch words and say all sorts of crazy things. He recently told me that I might need to be a little bit more professional. What do you think, chat? I think they're going to support me on this one, Sirius. Mini Boss is trying to get that lead jammer status for DCRD and does it. And the crowd is excited to see Mini Boss getting lead jammer. Mini Boss, I believe, was one of our nominees for Skater of the Game. That vote will be closing in about 3 minutes, so get your vote in if you have not voted yet for Skater of the Game. Mini Boss in the pack on a scoring pass is being pushed to the back of the pack and is trying to get back through. Meanwhile, Foxy Tosin has that star off in the gold helmet, is trying to push forward. Kimmy S'more able to find that space and grab those 4 points. Bella Blizzy, my new best friend, says never be professional. Appreciated, Bella. Mini Boss coming around again on another scoring pass. The Grim Roller, Bella, Grim, who you've been rooting for, has got that star and is now the jammer for Vette City for the first time. Carl's also on my side, Sirius. No professionalism here. Regardless of what you try. Mini Boss is coming around on a third scoring pass now with 28 seconds left in this jam. DCRD trying to score as many points as they can. Mini Boss staying inbounds, takes a little tumble. I think it's getting a cut track penalty. And will be headed to the box, unfortunately, after that great scoring pass. Or maybe not. I think, yes, headed to the box. And that jam comes to an end. Eric reminding us you've only got 2 minutes to vote for your favorite skater. And then I get to present that to someone at the end of the game. Looking forward to that. So what's your vote officially on these Grippos, Sirius? Are you a fan? Are they too spicy for you? No. Okay. He immediately was like, no, not too spicy. And then later we have to try the soda they gave us. What's the soda called? What's the soda called? Ski? Ski, like skiing. Oh, why is it called ski? I don't know. Do any of you know why it's called ski? Nutcase Grace says, what do you mean? You're so professional. Thank you, Grace. I appreciate that. I am so professional. All right, a power jam right now for Jen Furno. While Mini Boss waits in the box, Jen Furno is trying to, breaks through the pack and grabs 4 points. Mini Boss is standing, has the star in hand, and is coming in on, I believe, an initial pass. Jen Furno, meanwhile, is in the pack on a scoring pass with, we are about to get down to the 5-minute mark. Mini Boss is through that pack. That is the initial, and Jen Furno does decide to call it before Mini Boss can score any points. And with that, I will close the poll for Skater of, I've lost my mouse. It's on your screen? Oh, I found it. Silver Bullet. Being professional is definitely not as fun. Thank you, Silver Bullet. I completely agree. All right, I'm going to close the poll. And we are going to say a big congratulations to Big City Slam, who will be getting that elusive Skater of the Game sticker. I think at least one of you in the chat has one of those Skater of the Game stickers. Congratulations to Big City Slam. Ski is a very regional pop, soda or pop, depending upon where you're from. Huge in Evansville. Vanellope, hi Vanellope Von Skates. Nice to see you. We got Slip Happens. Is lead and is through the pack. Mom Van Dam looks like taking off that star, but I don't know if, Mom immediately passed it to the pivot, which was Roxy Ram Jam. Roxy, hoping to find space on the outside, is able to get around Tabatoli Ravioli to get out of the pack. Slip Happens through the pack and touching those hips, indicating it is the end of that jam, and was able to score, I think, some points. 3 points for Vette City Roller Derby on that. All right, 3.5 minutes left in this game. If you have something that somebody you want to shout out and let them know that they've been doing a great job all game long, this is the time to do it. We are in another timeout, which means it is time for another explosive joke. I'm going to run out of these explosive jokes. I'm going to have to find more before the next game, and I don't know how easy that's going to be. We'll see. Anyway, what happened when the bread factory blew up? Everything was toast. I really like these explosive jokes. They're funny. What do you get when you cross an active volcano with a light bulb? You can get this one serious. A volcano and a light bulb equals a lava lamp. My parents used to have a lava lamp. Do they still make lava lamps? You think they'd be expensive right now? Oh, at Spencer's. Does Spencer's still exist? I think they do. Well, Hot Topic would have lava lamps. Am I allowed to say names? I'm allowed to say names of companies, right? What are you allowed to say on YouTube? Can you tell me that 3 years into doing a live stream on YouTube? Words. Oh, Bella Blizzard has 2 lava lamps. So see, where'd you get it? At Spencer's or Hot Topic? I bet Amazon has lava lamps. Do you have a lava lamp? You have a lava lamp? Of course you do. Home Depot? Home Depot. That is not the place I would think that has lava lamps. All right, as we go into one of the last jams of this game, but don't worry, there's more Derby. Stay here, because we got more Derby to have. And I love hanging out with you guys, so stick around for more Derby. Sugary is your lead jammer for Vette City. Sunshine Slammer, though, is able to get out about a quarter track behind. Hey, Vanellope's sister rollover Beethoven. I love that name. Best of luck to everyone. Love it. Okay, Smack Harlow has a lava lamp. TJ Maxx. Okay, I could see that. Nutcase Gray says shout out to everybody. Amber says shout out to Spelunker and Grim. Recent junior graduates. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Amber. Vanity. Oh, you just found out someone gifted you a membership. That was Coach Eric. So you can thank Coach Eric in person. You did get gifted a membership. We hope you decide to stick around after your free month. I don't know if Queen of Hearts knows that she has a membership because she's literally coaching right now. So, and I don't know how Queen of Hearts got a membership because you have to be online to be gifted a membership. And Queen of Hearts is... Who is watching on Queen of Hearts' account? Go Sugary33. Blizzy's mom worked at Spencer's in the 90s, so we have tons of lava. Oh, I love that. You got to keep those lava lamps around. Oh, Big City Slam, your skater of the game, with a huge hit on Lefty Lucy to pull Lucy all the way to the back. Big City Slam is like, I'm just going to show off why I'm skater of the game and show you a really big hit. Foxy Tosin, meanwhile, at the front of the pack, trying to find Coach Eric. I start talking about gift memberships, and Eric is like, let me give some more. So welcome to the third wheels. Christian, Macrabbit, Jesse Shrum, Mary Bellamy, and Pixie, also known as Blurred. We're excited to have you for the next month, and maybe you'll stick around a little bit longer. We love to have you guys here as our third wheels, and we hope you stick around and enjoy our fun, what I think is fun content. We try to make fun content. Anyway, Foxy Tosin is working her way through that pack and is through. Lefty Lucy has been pulled to the back of the pack, has found a tripod at the front. There is 36 seconds left in the period, 30 seconds left in the jam. This could be the last jam of the game. Silver got their lava lamp at an antique store, but you think they have them at Target. Okay, so they are still a thing. Erica's shouting out her daughter, Demolition City number 26, Bad News Bear. Yes, Sugar, hit it and quit it. That's okay, Blackberry Blossom. We are excited to be able to bring you the game even when you can't be here in person. And with that call off, That is almost the last jam of the game, but a timeout was called by Coach Chops right at the end there. So I think we are going to have one more jam because I saw the refs calling it before the very, very end. So we get to have one more jam, which I know you all are. I just always like it when we get to have a little bit more derby. Always something that we are excited about. Coach Eric with the officialing. Timeout with 2 seconds left on the clock. Except for we're going to take a quick timeout to reset the clock because they have to push buttons and things to make the clock do what it needs to do. So they're going to push buttons. And we have so today we have a brand new head NSO and a brand new head ref. This is Schlitthroat's first time being a head ref. And this is, I never told you who all the NSOs are. I should probably do that. Head NSO is Theo and Crash. So thank you so much for being a head something for the first time. That's a big deal and very, very difficult. Vanna Riot's birthday. Yes, we have said happy birthday to Vanna Riot, but we are happy to say it again and again and again. And we are going to have one more jam. Demo City is so excited. The team is so excited. Everybody is ready for one more jam. The other NSOs who I did not announce, and I get to announce now at the end of the game. Jam Timer, Bree Nanas, Scoobs, Slash, Viper, Warthog, Esther, Daddy-O, Bev, and Hoosier Nightmare, also known as Shalina. Oh wait, there's more. Sarah, Liz Logan, and, well, bench coach is Dr. Delirious. That's what my list says. There you go. Everybody knows everything. Okay, now do we get one more jam? Everybody got all excited, and everybody got in position, ready to play one more jam, and now we're stopped again. You know, there's so much pressure when you're on the scoreboard sometimes, especially at times like this where everybody's waiting, but it takes a lot more people to officiate a derby game than to play a derby game. So say thank you to your local officials. That's always something really good. All right, let's see. You guys have been saying stuff. I missed it. Theatrical Grace says, pop off. Yes. Happy birthday, Vanna. Yes, Schlitty. Also, Nano. Yes, Nano's going to be playing in the next game. And there's a bunch of people reffing right now who are going to be in the next game. So stick around because you'll get to watch them. B-Town Banshees. And lead jammer goes to Demo City and Mini Boss for this last jam. DCRD was like, we want to put some more points on the board. I would not be surprised if they're trying to get above 100. Like, that might have been their goal. And they're like, let's get above 100. Mini Boss in the pack on a scoring pass. Has to get around a skater at the front and does so. Scarlet Fever gets around Scarlet Fever, has scored 4 points, is in the pack again, trying to score some more. Takes a hit, but gets up. The team is excited. They are over 100 points in this game, and they are gonna keep running it. While Jen Furno waits in the penalty box. Oh, that's so hard as a jammer. You just watch. You're helpless to do anything. Mini Boss is just going around and around and around trying to score more points. Jen Furno is standing in the penalty box. Mini Boss coming in again on another scoring pass. This, by the way, is the last jam of the game, in case you guys didn't know, because they're... But what kind of jam? Blackberry jam? Strawberry jam? Raspberry. Oh, we should name the jams of different flavors of jelly. Is it an apricot jam? Mini Boss with a powerful jam at the end there to bring Demolition City above the 100 mark. Unofficial final score, 107 for Demolition City to 191 for Vette City. What a fun game. We have enjoyed hanging out with you all here, and we are so excited to thank you to the, yes, Aubrey, thank you, officials, volunteers, and announcers. We are so excited to have you all here, and we love being able to provide you live roller derby here, and we've got one more game. So stick around, go grab yourself some popcorn, a mocktail or a cocktail, depending upon how old you are and how tired you are, and come on back in just a little bit for one more game between a mashup team of the Laboobooz versus the Furbeez here on Derby Date Night. And welcome back to Derby Date Night Explosives Edition. We are still at Swander Ice Arena in Evansville, Indiana, where we are getting ready for our second of 2 games of roller derby. You are about to watch the A level matchup, which is A is the highest level. So this is going to be some good derby matchup between the mixed up teams of the Laboobooz versus Furbeez. I'm assuming you know what a Furby is. How many of you know what a Labooboo is? Because I had to explain it to Sirius earlier. A Labooboo is like a Furby, but it looks like a monkey and it has a weird face. Is that the best way to explain it? Those of you who know what it is? Regardless, the Laboobooz are in black. The Furbeez are in white. And this is going to be a fun game. We have got a mix of skaters from teams around the state. So I think you're probably going to want to be rooting for everybody, but you got to decide what team you want to root for right now, because these 2 teams are about to hit the track. You're going to see some skaters that we saw in the last game. You're going to see some skaters that were reffing in the last game. You're going to see some skaters who haven't played yet today. So should be a fun time as you join us here in Evansville, Indiana, home of Demolition City Roller Derby, who are hosting this game and this series of events. We have just been having a great time here with all of the skaters and the refs and the NSOs. Everyone has been so welcoming. They gave us a huge giant gift basket and just have given us that Indiana Southern hospitality, that Hoosier hospitality that Indiana has been known for. Okay, hold on. Baddison, who wants to go by Batty this time, told me that she was going to be working on her blocking during this game. Sirius, can you put the camera on Baddison? Who said, I'm going to be working on my blocking. Does anybody notice what Baddison has on her head right now? Batty has a star. What does that star mean? That means Batty is jamming. Batty said she was going to be blocking this whole game, but that looks like Batty's planning on jamming. So I guess that was a very short stint of being a blocker. And the game hasn't even started yet, and she's already ready to be a jammer. Currently, on that line next to Batty was 100 cc's of Pain, who is lined up as the jammer. 100 cc's of Pain is from Demolition City Roller Derby. Let's see, how many teams do we have? Vanity said, surprise, surprise. Yeah, I kind of knew it wouldn't last long. I just didn't know that it would start with the first jam. All right, we've got Lakeshore Roller Derby, Prairie Land Punishers, Demolition City, our hosts, Vette City, who were in the last game. We've got somebody here from the Ithaca League of Women Rollers. Isn't that New York? Ipso Smacto. No, they're not here from New York. Somebody explain. Somebody help me. Somebody who knows Ipso Smacto, tell me if that's from New York or if there's another Ithaca. Slash is here from St. Chew Roller Derby. Achoo! Oh, somebody's here from the Rolla Rockets. Claw and Order. We love the Rolla Rockets here at Derby Date Night. Nano, you know Nano. Nano's been on Derby City quite a bit from Circle City and Race City. We've got more DCRD. The Moss King is here from Arch Rival. You saw the Moss King in our last game when Circle City played Arch Rival. Not Circle City? Oh, it was Naptown. Naptown versus Arch Rival. That's right. We do have Batty, who recently retired from Circle City, but you'll be seeing Batty on Team Indiana for Skate Wars. Soup and Beans is here from the Gatekeepers. And Rectangle, also from Arch Rival. We got lots of different cool people. Hey, Tailfeather, nice to see you again. All the juniors are great. We love the juniors. Oh, that's wonderful. All right, I think we're getting started, maybe. I see a whistle. The whistle's being blown. I should have probably announced all the skaters, but I didn't. We'll do the name roll when we have time in a second. Sirius is like, sure. You know, it's the second game, so we're like, sure, we'll do things. Okay, Batty is jamming against 100 cc's of Pain. Batty is pulling the pack to the front. Some bridging being done by both teams. Batty's got 1 to get past and does so to become lead jammer as the Laboobooz come back to try and provide 100 cc's of Pain. some assistance. Battison is in the pack on a scoring pass. Batty is trying to find any space that she can. Trying to bust up the middle. Is able to get around a skater to get 4 points. Batty is coming. I'm sorry, I was trying to fit because the skater was black 9-0, and I don't see a 9-0 on my list. Anyway, I'll figure out myself later. All right, Big City Slam took a star pass and forced that call off at the end there. Oh, they just fixed it. Okay, let me tell you who's skating really quick. I'm going to go as fast as I can. Here are the Laboobooz, Drift, 100 cc's, SM Claw, Scouter Stitches, Queen of Hearts, Big City Slam, Stellosaurus Rex, Kimmy S'more, Roxy Ramjam, Foxy Tosin, and Ipso Smacto. Team White, Slash, Claw and Order, Slit Throat, Moss King, Battison, Soup and Beans, Bangs McCoy, Nano, Mom Van Dam, Mini Boss, Janet Skatehole, and Rectangle. Woohoo! I did it. And Ipso Smacto is your lead jammer for the Laboobooz. I just have way too much fun saying that. Let's see, it looks like, is that the Moss King? Yep, I recognize the Moss King. The Moss King is getting a penalty as Ipso Smacto comes in with a, was that an apex jump or a hop? What would you call that? Whatever it was cool. Ipso Smacto coming around on a scoring pass. Looking to push that pack apart while the Laboobooz are playing defense. Or passive offense on this one. Ipso Smacto able to get through on their own for another 4 points, bringing the Laboobooz up to 8. Ipso, is it Ipso or Smacto? Help me out here, people. Hi, Floof, nice to see ya. All right, the Moss King is back in the pack and still on their initial. Ipso Smacto almost out, avoids a hit from, who is that? Number 84 to get through. Nano took a star pass and will now be the jammer for the Furbeez. Ipso takes a fall to the inside and calls the jam. Nano, I don't know if Nano stole any points there at the end. Laboobooz have taken the lead with 16 points. Nano did grab 1 point at the end there, bringing the Furbeez to 6 points. All right, I have a feeling this is going to be a fun game looking at these skaters. Remember, with, what are these called? With mashups. So these teams have never played together. Right now it's a bunch of individual skaters just kind of figuring things out. What I've seen during mashups is as this game continues, they're going to start to figure out who blocks well together, who jams well. They don't know what to expect from the opposing teams. There's no like, oh, I know that this team does this, or I know that this team does that, which is one of the fun things about mashups, is it's people who are from so many different teams, and so you get a chance to skate with people that you don't usually skate with. You get a chance to see like, oh, I might have a skill or a talent that I didn't even realize I had, because when you play on just one team, you get really used to your teammates and how they play. And doing a mix-up, it's like, oh, okay, I get to try this different thing. And it's a really cool opportunity, and I always encourage skaters to go do mashups anytime they can. And there are always scrimmage opportunities. They're always looking for people who want to come do them. Derby Date Night, we love to stream them because it's just so much fun to see people from lots of different teams out there skating together. So just love scrimmages, and something that I definitely encourage any of you who are skaters to sign up for more of them. They're awesome. And there is Slit Throat coming out as lead jammer for the Furbeez, who are going to be trying to cut into that lead that the Laboobooz got with Ipso Smacto's big jam in that last one. Meanwhile, Foxy Tosin, who you saw quite a bit in the first game as a jammer, is getting pulled all the way to the back by Bangs McCoy from Demolition City. Schlitt, meanwhile, is in the pack on a scoring pass, getting some offensive help from Battison there. Queen of Hearts just laughing as Queen is one of my favorite people to watch do one-on-one blocking, and Schlitt had to work hard to get through, but was able to get through there at the end. Foxy has the star off and is getting pulled to the back again as Schlitt's coming in on another scoring pass, having scored 10, going for 14 here. Schlitt getting slowed down up at the front of the pack. Battison not able to do any help this time as the Furbeez need to focus on that defense on Foxy Tosin, so Schlitt does decide to call the jam there. Did Schlitt get any points there with that last jam? I think 2, it looks like, which should bring them to 12. But we'll see. Oh, look at all the chat. You've been talking, and I haven't even been paying attention. We've got some Go Foxy, Go Queen, Go Slam. Vanity loves scrimmages. Yes, I completely agree, Vanity. And Blizzy, you love a lot of people. I love it. And Blizzy, you skate for Vette City. Are you a junior? Does that mean we get to announce for you skating in less than a month? It's not less than a month, really, until Vette City's Welcome Home event. Nano is your lead jammer for the Furbeez, while 100 cc's of Pain is on the jam line again. 100 cc's of Pain is through, but Nano is currently in the pack on a scoring pass, but getting a penalty. So this will be a power jam for the Laboobooz and 100 cc's of Pain while Nano waits in the penalty box. This jam is gonna go the full 2 minutes. Janet Skatehole focused on the defense there on 100 cc's of Pain. These two are teammates normally, but playing against each other. What's fun about matchups is you get to play against your friends, and you know them, and you know all of the ways that they try to get out, and Janet and 100 cc's are definitely, oh, they got, oh, I'm so Midwest now, oh. But 100 cc's is able to get out with a smile and grab 4 points. Nano is now standing in the penalty box being released. We've got 51 seconds left in this jam. Blitzy does play for Vette City Juniors. See you in September. Woo, we're so excited. We love filming juniors, and we're glad that that weekend we get to do both juniors and adult games. Right at a month, Amber says. We're excited to see. We're so excited to come. Yay. Oh, spoiler. Serious? It's like, shut up, Aria. We have not announced our September schedule, and I'm over here just like, this is what we're doing. Don't tell anybody. There's 48 of you, so just shh, don't tell anybody. You guys get to know, but nobody else. 100 cc's is currently stuck in the... Janet Skatehole and 100 cc's are like magnets to each other. So 100 cc's says, Roxy Ram Jam, can you help me out? And Roxy says, of course I can. Nano, meanwhile, is back in the penalty box for a second time in this jam, and this jam is going to come to a close with Nano in the penalty box. So we are going to start with a power jam for the Laboobooz. You met me in Bloomington? Hi again. We'll have to meet each other again at Vette City. Of course, and then there's me. I'm like, when were we in Bloomington? We've been in Bloomington a few times. Right before we went on vacation. Vanity says, mum's the word. Wait, Floof, we're going to see you in, oh, yes, we get to see Floof again. And Blizzy, and, oh, so many people. Yes, good, Eric, tell anybody what, exactly. Ipsos Macto, I need somebody to do some research and figure out if Ithaca League of Women Rollers, is that in New York or is that somewhere else? I've never, Ipsos Macto is doing a great job, and I just want to know more about them. Wait, what's happening? Did you see, that was, Sirius is laughing. I'm just asking the chat to do research for me, Sirius. I've learned how to utilize the chat in the correct way. Nano is out of the box and comes and finds Big City Slam, true to her name, slamming into Nano and slowing her down. Bloomington was April. It was your first bout. Oh, that's awesome, Blizzy. Thank you for reminding me. It's always, I meet a lot of you, and I love it when you tell me when you come in the chat who you are and just remind me, because I love to be like, oh yeah, that's who you are. I always love it when you all come up and say hi to me. And not usually serious, because, you know. you like it too, don't you? You're just not as social as I am. It said no one is. I bet there's people who are as social as I, maybe. I don't know. Oh, Floof says Ithaca Rollers is based in New York. Thank you, Floof. I wonder what Ipsos Macdo, like, that's long traveling for a scrimmage. Clearly, I have to talk to them at some point. Learn more. The Moss King jamming for the Furbeez. And Foxy Tosin has the star on for the Laboobooz. Drift coming out. Ooh, beautiful offense there by Drift to help Foxy Tosin. But Janet Skatehole, it just recycles to the front and is there to hold Foxy Tosin. I am so excited to see Janet Skatehole on Team Indiana in September at the Skate Wars. Janet was not on Team Indiana last year, and I'm so excited to see Janet this year on Team Indiana. The Moss King with a sneaky little star pass to Janet Skatehole, speaking of, who takes that star and immediately pops out of the pack and is now the jammer for the Furbeez. Foxy Tosin is through the pack, still is lead, has scored 4 points and calls the jam after scoring some more points. Drift is repping Lakeshore Roller Derby. Now, Ethan, if I recall, is Lakeshore in Michigan? Is it that Lakeshore? Or is it a different Lakeshore? How many lakes are there? Yeah, I know. I said there were going to be costumes. I literally, somebody sent me a picture of someone somebody showed me a picture of someone in a costume that looked like a Furby. And I do not see a person who looks like a Furby. I don't know. Anyway. Ipsos Smacdo jamming against Batty, who is working on her blocking. Ipsos Smacdo, I'm so sassy. Ipsos Smacdo is lead jammer. Batty has gotten out, but is still about half a track behind. Ipsos Smacdo coming in the pack, trying to find space on the inside. Takes a big ol' hit from Bangs McCoy. Another new addition to Team Indiana, I think. I need to look at the roster for Team Indiana. I don't have the whole thing memorized. Oh, Silver Bullet says Ipsos Macdo is just in Ohio for summer affair. Okay, so maybe they stuck around for a little bit and are doing the roller derby circuit. Love it. Love to see it. All right, who do we got? Who do we got? We got Nano and Foxy Tosin. These two are both jamming a lot right now. And Foxy was jamming a lot in the first game, so nice job. Love, like, that is great. Just keep getting out there. All right. Foxy going to the box, so this is Nano's lead jam if Nano can get past all 4 blockers. Nano trying to push the pack forward, hoping for a no pack to be called, is just up against Big City Slam and does get through and grabs lead jammer as Foxy Tosin is standing in the penalty box. Nano's coming around on a first scoring pass. They are 5 points behind the Laboobooz. Foxy Tosin still on their initial, is in the pack right now, hoping to get through. Nano has scored 4 points and is coming in to hopefully take the lead from the Laboobooz. Nano is pushing against Big City Slam with a little hop, takes an arm down, and Big City Slam has recycled to the front. Nano just has to get past Big City to grab all 4 points. Meanwhile, Foxy taking a big ol' hit from Schlitt throat. And Foxy smiles at Schlitt and is just like, okay. Aren't they teammates in like real life, but not in this game? Nano got out and is coming around. The Furbeez have taken the lead, and that is a what, Sirius? A lead change. Cha-ching. Sound effects provided by Arya because Sirius refuses to make Arya sound effects. Oh, he's about to get sassy again. I see it on his face. Why would we deprive them of me going cha-ching every time? I think they would prefer an actual cash register sound instead of me just going cha-ching. Ooh, we should get us, since Coach Eric makes us our emojis, we need an emoji of change. Like cha-ching, change, money. Okay, he gave me a thumbs up, so he's going to make that. I'm just making demands. Anyway, the Furbeez end that jam with 38 total points, 12 points from Nano there. Great job by that team to take that lead. The Laboobooz are behind by 4. We start this next jam with 100 cc's of Pain for the Laboobooz and Bangs McCoy for the Furbeez. Batty MV blocker, the most points scored as a blocker. Batty's gonna love this later. Batty's currently being a pivot though, so working on the blocking. Bangs McCoy is your lead jammer and is coming in on a scoring pass, getting slowed down by Drift. Bangs is, ooh, spinny moves. 100 cc's of Pain is using like strength and just trying to push. Bangs is coming in and spinning around and grabbing 4 points for the Furbeez. 100 cc's is continuing to try and push, finding any sort of space. Nice awareness by the blockers in white, but 100 cc's is able to break that pack apart and get out and force that call off. Lizzie says you need to get a soundboard, but you make all the sounds yourself. Thank you, Eric, as your agent. We decided during in between games that Eric is now my agent because I'm not responsible for anything. And so when people come up to me at halftime and in between games and they tell me things that are important, I've realized that I don't always convey that information. So it is now Coach Eric's job to make sure that I stay on task. Yeah, is that a promotion or a demotion? I need a handler, I guess. Anyway, Ipsos Smacto is your lead jammer for the Laboobooz. Oh, Moss avoiding a big hit from Drift, but takes a tumble, and Big City Slam is good. Oh, beautiful awareness. And that was they got that. Did they get that track cut? The referee was debating. The Moss King is through. Ipsos Smacto also through, having scored 4 points for the Laboobooz. Ipso does decide to call it. Oh my goodness, this game is going so fast. We only have 13 minutes left in this first half. Crazy. You should record your own. Okay, multiple people saying I need to record my own sound effects. You guys are not helping. Yes. Stop it, serious. I need the sound effect from Super Mario whenever Mario jumps. Oh, for an Apex jump. I know, if it wasn't copyrighted, I would love to. Lakeshore is in Holland, Michigan. Oh, Ethan, that is one of the places that I've wanted to go for a long time. I really would like to go for the Tulip Festival. It's a lateral move. Is that a derby joke? The lateral? Batty, as a blocker, getting lead jammer for the Furbeez. We help when we want to. Thanks, Blizzy. Batty is through for 4 points. Foxy Tosin is so distracted, she's laughing, just laughing. Batty has scored 4 points and is coming in to try and score some more. Oh, that's Batty's favorite. Did you see how spread apart that pack was? Batty loves a spread apart pack. If you can keep that pack together, that is your best bet to stop Batty. Oh, I shouldn't say that. That'll help people for Skate Wars. Don't listen. If you're playing against Team Indiana in Skate Wars, do not listen. I don't want to give away all the secrets. Batty's going to rewatch this and be like, Arya, what are you doing? I am telling people stuff. We're enjoying ourselves. We're enjoying her blocking. It's her own fault for telling me she was going to block. So Janet Skatehole, who we've seen a lot of tonight, and I'm so excited. I was saying I'm so excited to see Janet at Skate Wars. Janet Skatehole's fun fact is notoriously bad at everything except roller derby. I think that's the best fun fact. Bad at everything but roller derby. Ipsos Smacto has the star on for Laboobooz. Gets past Janet Skatehole to grab lead jammer. Nano has the star on for the Furbeez. Has to get past, who is that, number 55? Queen of Hearts. Ooh, Queen of Hearts is so good at one-on-one blocking. Big City Slams up there with Queen of Hearts. Those two are on the same team, and they know how to work together. And Nano, did Nano just get a penalty? Oh no! Nano has another penalty and is headed to the box, so this will be a power jam for Ipso Smacto and the Laboobooz. They are currently 20 points behind the Furbeez, but this is a chance for Ipso Smacto to take a chunk out of that lead that the Furbeez have established. I know the score keeps changing, Carl. You're right. Vanellope, nice to see you again on whatever account you are on. Ipso Smacto is through for another 4 points. Ipso Smacto coming in the pack again, has 3 blockers to get past. Ooh, beautiful toe stop work. Oh, gorgeous. They hit their hips and say, we are done with that jam, but Nano was able to get out of the box before that jam was called, so we will start with both jammers in the next jam. All right. Who do I see that has a star on? That is Bangs McCoy and Kimmy S'more. Ooh, I have fun facts about Kimmy S'more. The reigning Derby Elder of DCRD, Kimmy has skated for ROSI, RIP, so it's a team that doesn't exist anymore, Circle City, Naptown, and is lead jammer right now, just in front of the Moss King, Berserker, and was an unofficial member of the Race City Rebels, where she was called Jimmy S'more. And you all could help me out with this, because I was going to ask Kimmy and I forgot, but it says Kimmy is trained in the Reed technique of interrogation. I do not know what that is, and I do not know if that's a serious thing. Like, can you be trained in an interrogation technique? I would like to try that, because I could then interrogate you, serious. Ooh, we could interrogate the kids. They just tell us whatever we want to know. They're not good at keeping secrets. All right, who is jamming? Ipso Smacto through. And is lead. The Moss King currently sitting in the penalty box, so this is a power jam for Ipso Smacto and the Laboobooz with 8 minutes left in this first half. Little apex jump around Janet skate hole. Ipso Smacto will grab those 4 points while the Moss King waits in the penalty box. Ipso Smacto coming around on another scoring pass. Going to the outside, runs into Nano, jukes to the inside. All 4 blockers focused on blocking now while the Moss King comes out of the penalty box and comes into the pack. I love watching the Moss King use those shoulders to push. Great job. The jam was called, but the damage was done, and the Laboobooz have come within 5 points of the Furbeez. 58-53 with 7 minutes left in the first half. What do you call, okay, Carl doesn't know what bangs are. So what do Australians call the hair that goes over your forehead? We call that the bangs. When you just have hair that goes over your forehead, like the short hair. Hey, blocker baddie is lead jammer for the Furbeez. Kimmy S'more is right behind baddie as these 2 skaters. Oh, baddie's like, nah. Nah, I'll just call it. I'll just call it. Kimmy S'more was too close for comfort. You know how you burn the s'more, like too hot on the fire? Carl calls it, oh, they call it the fringe. The fringe? Like, do you say nice fringe if somebody's bangs look good? Nice fringe. I don't know. Actually, fringe makes more sense than bangs. Because, like, the fringe of a carpet is the edge, and your bangs are the, never mind. Okay. Well, but what does the word bang, that's when you, like, smash into something. That's not, that has nothing to do with hair on your forehead. Stop looking at me like that. Should I tell a joke? Oh, joke. I'll tell a joke. I'm almost out of explosion jokes because I am. What happens if a volcanic eruption drops a lava rock on your foot? You Krakatoa. You Krakatoa. Ooh, I have more facts. Hold on. Liz Logan, who is a volunteer for Demolition City Roller Derby, her car once caught fire in the employee parking lot at work. I wonder if I hope she wasn't in it. That happened. Do cars just randomly catch fire? It's Indiana, yeah. That does not make sense. You've never seen as many car fires since we moved to Indiana. Is Indiana just have cars don't? Do cars just go on fire? Okay. And Liz is also mom to an 11-month-old puppy named Mabel. Oh, that's so cute. Our 12-month-old puppy named Tater Tot just had his surgery, so he can't have any more babies, and he is pathetic. He's wearing his cone, and he's pathetic. He's so sad right now. Our kids are taking care of him and his cone of shame, and I can't wait till it's off of him because those puppy dog eyes are so sad right now. Nano is jamming for the Furbeez and Ipso Smacto for the Laboobooz. Nano is pulling the pack to the front. We've got Batty bridging. Ipso Smacto is in the back, swinging from side to side. They are trying to break that tripod anchored by Schlitt apart. Nano has got one blocker to get past and does so to become lead jammer for the Furbeez. Ipso Smacto, a little hop to the inside. Oh, Big City Slam was ready for Nano. Bangs McCoy's like, please move, Big City Slam. Nano takes a big hit, a little big fall too. Everybody is kind of debating whether or not to do offense or defense here. Offense has become such an important thing in Derby, like over the last year or so. I've noticed a lot of teams focusing more on training with offense. Battison trying to also, everybody's kind of got their eye on Big City Slam right now because Big City Slam seems to really have Nano's ticket, and the other team has noticed it. And they're like, Big City Slam, we need to stop you because we need to help Nano get out. But Big City Slam is like, nah, I'm good. I'll just keep hitting. I'm just enjoying watching roller derby. That was beautiful from everybody. It's just fun to watch. Fringe McCoy. Okay, Dragon, I'm catching up. Fringe McCoy doesn't have the same ring to it, and Blizzy yelled at you from the other room saying you're not funny. That's like what Sirius does to me when I tell jokes. Penelope says, it's 9:11, my number. Aw. Carl, it's 11:12 in the morning, so we're not waking you in the middle of the night today. This is a good time for us to be talking to Australia. All right, who do we got? Kimmy S'more and Mom Van Dam. So fun to say. This pack is not moving. This is not a broken apart pack. And lead goes to Mom Van Dam. But Kimmy S'more is about a quarter track behind. Oh, yeah, I finished Kimmy's. Nobody told me if they knew what the read technique of interrogation is. Kimmy's going to use the read technique of interrogation on Mom Van Dam. Be like, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you to tell me all your secrets on how you beat me in that jam. Sirius is looking at me like, where are you going with this, Aria? I got there. I came around. I completed the circle. Sometimes I start, you all know, sometimes I start telling a story and I never complete the circle. It's a hazard of being me. Vanity says offense is my favorite position. Offense is so important. Battison pushing forward for the Furbeez, getting some offensive help there from Bangs McCoy. Has Big City Slam taken a break yet, or is Big City? She's out there again. Oh, we have got Drift jamming. We have not seen Drift as a jammer yet. Drift thought that he was out, but looks like he got called on a penalty and will be headed to the box. Batty, meanwhile, getting around Big City Slam for 4 points for the Furbeez. The Laboobooz have come so close to the Furbeez, and the Furbeez keep pulling away. We've got 2.5 minutes left in this first half. Madison has just decided she's done. Batty, keep playing. Keep playing. We got to keep playing. Or she can go back to blocking. All right. Oh, see? She can still play. She doesn't need to take a break. We're good. Drift is out of the box. Yeah, I would be tired too, though, if I was jamming against Big City Slam. 45 seconds left in this jam. 2 minutes left in this first half. Tailfeather says, we love you anyway. You're definitely getting one of the goofier Derby date nights tonight because I've just been so excited to get to talk to you guys again because I've really missed you, not being able to talk to you for a whole month. So difficult. I don't know what December and January are going to be like because it's kind of our break. It's not kind of our break. It is our break. But it'll be weird not getting to talk to you guys all the time. All right. 1:19 left. White Furbeez are starting to stretch that lead apart, away. Stretch that lead. What do you call that? Out. It's something. I don't know. This could be the last jam of the first half. 100 cc's of pain looked surprised when the lead was called and looked to see the ref pointing at 100 cc's of pain. But that is true. The Laboobooz have lead as we go into potentially this last jam of the first half as the Laboobooz do want to score some more points here. We've got Mom Van Dam with the star for the Furbeez. 100 cc's of pain grabbing 4 points for the Laboobooz. And Mom Van Dam has that star in hand, trying to sneak it to Mini Boss, but Mini Boss has it now. Mini Boss is now the jammer and is able, staying inbounds on the outside line to get out, putting that star on. 13 seconds left in this period. 100 cc's of pain is through for another 4 points, bringing the Laboobooz to 58. And we have 4 seconds left. If no timeout is called, we will go into halftime. It looks like we are going to go into halftime. And I think I'm going to take just a breath because I've just been kind of going and I need to work on focusing in the second half. Caffeine crash. I'm having a caffeine crash. You're right. Woo! Okay, I'm going to go take a break. I'll be back. You'll be back for one more half of roller derby tonight here on Derby Date Night. back to Derby Date Night as we roll into this second half. Get it? Serious? I'm so funny. Coach Eric has given away 5 more memberships, and I see that Sarge has gotten one of them. Who are going to be the rest? If you really want one of those memberships, I think you have to be somehow signed into YouTube. I don't know. I don't know the whole rules, but there are 4 more memberships out there for grabs. So put your information in YouTube. Just don't worry about your privacy. You know, it's fine. Whatever. Anyway, I have a vote to put up. Who do you vote for Skater of the Game? We have nominated 4 people who have been doing amazing in the first half, and you get to choose which one gets the coveted Skater of the Game sticker. I will keep this vote up until 5 minutes is left in the game. So here you go. Be careful because they might start doing really, really well or not so really well, so you might want to think about it because you can only vote once. You can't change your vote. Here are your people. Janet Skatehole is your lead jammer for the Furbeez, followed by Ipsos Smacto for the Laboobooz. Sophia says, me and my brother are arguing. Oh, wait, I think that's Penelope. Me and my brother are arguing on how to cook ramen. Please send help. That sounds just like my kid, who called me during a game once to say, I want to boil spaghetti. And I said, I haven't taught you yet. You need to wait. And then he said, what was it he said? He goes, I know I boil the water. Then what? So that's also how you start with cooking ramen. So start there, boil the water. Then I'll tell you your next step. What? Yeah, do you have adult supervision? Step 1. We got to get more members. I think people aren't signed into YouTube, so they can't accept the memberships. Yeah, they got to get signed in. If you want a free membership for 1 month, you can be a 3rd wheel on Derby Date Night. And we appreciate you so much. All of our 3rd wheels are so wonderful. And anyone who does become a member, if you want to just buy yourself a membership, you can. You can just hit that little $sign, and then you can support what we're doing here. We always love, and we also need your support. So we appreciate it. All right, the Moss King taking that star off, but is going to be behind Foxy Tosin, who is the lead jammer for the Laboobooz. Foxy Tosin hitting the pack, getting some off. Love that offense from Big City Slam, who just stood in the way of people. Sometimes that is all you have to do offense, is just stand in the way to help somebody get through. And that is 4 points for the Laboobooz, bringing them within 10 points of the Furbeez. This is a low-scoring game, Sirius. Do you all, when you all make ramen, do you use the entire seasoning packet? Because I only use about half of it, because that seasoning... Penelope, get your cat off the computer. Penelope is typing all the things. Carl also has issues with his cat getting on the computer, so... Oh, yeah, Carl's explaining it right now. All right, Batty taking... Oh, Batty thought... Oh, did you see the ref? I'm sorry, that was a track cut, and yeah. So Batty headed to the penalty box, which means it is a power jam for the Laboobooz and Ipsos Smacto, and I did confirm that Ipso is from Ithaca, New York, and has family in town, so asked if they could skate in this, and of course. Ipso, getting pushed to the outside and pulled to the back by Bangs McCoy. I hate that when you make it all the way to the front and then you take that push out and you have to go all the way back and then make it through everybody all over again. Oh, Vanity used the full pack of sodium? So does Tail Feather? Am I just the odd person here who doesn't? I like to have just light seasoning on my ramen. Battison taking a hit from Roxy Ramjam as she comes in from the box. Ipsos Smacto kind of stuck in the pack there on a first scoring pass, trying to get some points here for the Laboobooz, who are only 10 points back. Battison, you didn't see it because it wasn't on screen, but Battison is just kind of chilling around the track right now. Oh, Tail Feather, you got a gift membership. Woohoo! Yay. 3 more, right? There's still 3 more out there? All right, Battison turns around to look at the score. Okay, I'm sorry. I just started watching the Derby. Beautiful footwork from Battison with a little spin. Gets pushed to the inside. Tries to call the jam, not remembering that she's not the lead jammer. And now she's coming around and doesn't look like she wants to keep going. And we're going to call it that. The Furbeez ended up, even though I believe Ipso Smacto was lead there, Furbeez ending up scoring 8 points. Okay, who is on the line? That is, thank you, Sirius. I need to look at the Kimmy S'more and Mom Van Dam. Kimmy taking a push to the outside and being recycled back at the back. Meanwhile, Mom Van Dam taking a push to the inside and being pulled back as well. Both jammers struggling to find space. Mom at the back, Kimmy pulling towards the front. And it is Kimmy S'more who is through as the lead jammer. That is a perfectly toasted s'more. I'm just making myself laugh over here. Penelope said, are your children supervised right now or is your house burning down? Do I have a third option? Because they're not supervised. I hope my house is not burning down. They're supervising themselves and the dogs. I'm sure they're fine. Kimmy S'more is through for 4 points for the Laboobooz, bringing them to 72. Meanwhile, the Moss King is trying to pull a tripod apart at the front of the pack. Oh, bouillon on your ramen. Some soy sauce. You're a cook, Coach Eric. Vanity and Eric are fancy with their top ramen. Wow. I never use anything except for what's in the packet. You've never made top ramen? Serious. Have you ever eaten top ramen? Is it because we almost broke up when we were younger and I used to eat top ramen with a fork and a spoon and I would spin the fork in the spoon and I think you almost broke up with me because it made a weird noise. Sirius, if by no surprise to any of you, Sirius is very sensitive to different sounds. Derby also just happened. Sorry, I forgot to talk about the Derby. I don't know why you guys keep tuning in. I really don't. But the Laboobooz scored 8 points, and they are now again within 10 points of the Furbeez. Penelope's like, the child here wants to learn how to cook spaghetti, and you just told me that I need to be supervised to cook spaghetti. Spaghetti is very similar to top ramen, Penelope. If you learn one, I think you got both. We have got Nano. Oh, no, Nano's headed to the box. Drift is jamming for the Laboobooz. Drift taking a hit out by Bangs McCoy. Forced to the back. This is a power jam right now for the Laboobooz. A great opportunity for them to cut into that lead. The Laboobooz have gotten so close a number of times, but have not been able to capitalize. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Ooh, pretty spin at the front by Drift to get out and become lead jammer for the Laboobooz. That is step 1 in cutting into the lead the Furbeez have. New gift for Sirius. He gets top ramen next time. But Tailfeather, then he's just going to make me choose it. Sarah Jeffries, I believe to receive a gifted membership, Coach Eric will explain it. I'm delegating. He has no idea. he just said no. I have no idea. I think somehow you need to be logged into YouTube, and I don't know what else. Maybe you have to have payment information somehow stored in YouTube. No? I don't know. None of us know. None of us know. But there are still 3 gift memberships out there. So those of you who have gift memberships, we don't know why you have them. This is not helpful. A slice of Kraft cheese on Martian ramen. Ooh! Wait, do you put the cheese on the ramen after it's cooked? Like melted on there? Okay, whoever gets the next membership, you have to explain what you did to get it. What are you pointing at? The Derby? You want me to talk about Derby? Ipso Smacto is lead jammer and trying to score some points here. Nano is out of the box, having the star in hand. Ipso's still stuck in the pack. I love the hops that Ipso is doing. Trying to get around. Stinkface is doing some recycling up at the front. That's actually Soup Beans, but the jersey says Stinkface. So Soup and Beans. Penelope, I need you to come to my house and teach my children how to cook. You are 11 and you are a craft of cooking. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Schlitt pulling Ipso Smackdo to the back. Nice one-on-one blocking. Ipso Smackdo really struggling in this jam to figure out a way through, having scored 4 points, currently only 5 points behind the Furbeez. Nano almost through at the front, but gets pulled to the back by Big City Slam. Takes a tumble, and Schlitt coming up to provide some offensive help. Ipso almost out. Oh, nice juke there by Ipso to get around Mom Van Dam. And Ipso, after scoring those 4 more points, calls the jam off, and we have ourselves a 1-point game, which means I have to stop being distracted and actually start focusing on the game, of which we only have 20 more minutes left. I'm counting on Coach Eric to moderate right now because I have to focus. I'm trying to focus on the game. All right, the Moss King on the line up against Roxy Ram Jam with 1 point between these two teams. Roxy Ram Jam pulling the pack to the front, but it is Batty, and who is actually blocking right now and pulling Roxy to the back. Good job, Batty, focusing on being a blocker, like you said you would. I apologized to Batty during halftime, and I said, I am sorry for all the slander that you are going to hear when you rewatch this game. And Batty laughed and said, good. The Moss King also getting pulled to the back. But it is Roxy Ram Jam who is headed to the box, which means this is an opportunity for the Furbeez, who have not been, they have been in the lead this entire game. They have not been behind. And they are so close to changing that. But if the Moss King can get through and can become lead jammer here in this power jam, geez, the defense is so good right now. Love seeing it. The Moss King taking a hit and a pull to the back from Queen of Hearts, who is currently leading in our Skater of the Game poll, which is going to be open for another 15-ish minutes. Roxy Ram Jam is out of the box, not eligible for lead because Roxy did go to the box. But if the Moss King can get past everyone, I believe the Moss King is still eligible for lead. I don't think that they have taken that star off. The Moss King trying to find some space, really dialed in here. Everybody just is, I think everyone is just really aware this is a 1-point game right now. Looking at everybody's, oh, you guys are all talking about cooking. I love it. Penelope, you have to teach people how to cook an egg. You can teach your brother, right? Or are you like my kids and you guys don't really help each other out? Ooh, the Moss King on the inside, almost through, but takes a hit from Queen of Hearts to the inside and is being pulled back. Batty sees Queen of Hearts coming and says, slow down, so the Moss King does not have to go back as far. And that jam will end with no points, no lead jammer. No one got past their initial pass. I have not seen a jam like that in a very long time. That was amazing defense from both teams. The score remains 85-86. Furbeez stay in the lead, but just barely. So Sirius was showing me a thing that says the more you interact with the live chat, the better the chant. No, she's shaking his head. No, I read that wrong. Oh, you do help. That's nice, Pinot, but he will not listen. Yeah, I get that. Kids kind of. Okay, is this game actually happening? What is going on? Schlitt and Kimmy S'more are. Where's the pack? I'm confused as to what's happening. The pack has just gone completely backwards. Schlitt and Kimmy S'more are both in the pack now. I believe both on their initials. Can you get lead jam if you're still behind the jam line and you haven't even crossed the jam line yet? Kimmy S'more with a completely unnecessary apex jump. Kimmy said, I didn't get lead, so I'm just going to do an unnecessary. Oh, wait, Kimmy was lead. And Kimmy calls it after that. Did you see the smile on Kimmy's face after the unnecessary apex jump? Did you get it on screen, Sirius? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, I'm reading this to you. When a creator or viewer gifts memberships, a notification may appear in the live chat. You can click the Allow Gifts button in this notification to opt in for that specific channel. So somewhere you have to find something that says Allow Gifts. And if you allow gifts, then you can get one. So click away. 3 of you can figure it out. Oh, there, Blizzy found it too. Oh, keep me apprised of the weather because my kids are currently in Muncie and I told them there might be storms. Oh, Queen of Hearts with the star is lead jammer and racing ahead of teammate Bangs McCoy. And I think some points might have been scored there for the Laboobooz, and they do take the lead. Vanity says, I didn't do any of that. I don't know why I have a membership. I don't either. Who knows? (87-86), the Laboobooz have taken the lead for the first time with 14 minutes left in this game. This game has been so much fun. And I'm learning how to cook ramen. You know, you get roller derby and ramen cooking all at the same time. Nano just nicely stepping around. Nobody hardly even noticed Nano just coming out and being like, can I be lead jammer, please? So it happened. And Nano is lead. But no, that's not Ipso Smacto. That's Roxy Ramjam. About a quarter track behind Nano. Nano hits the pack and hits her hips very quickly. I believe grabbing 1 point, which means we have a, what is it, Sirius? It's a tie game. Do I have a sound for that? I haven't made it yet. Oh yeah, the chat says I have to make my own sounds. No, that's a cowbell sound. Or a turkey. No, I swear, do I have a sound for tie game? Tie game. It should sound like a knot, like a... It's a hard sound to make. Oh, Batty the blocker is jamming again. Wait, it's not a tie game. Laboobooz are ahead by 1. But it is that Kimmy S'more? Kimmy S'more is your lead jammer for the Laboobooz, who are now in the lead, trying to extend that lead by more than 1, and they might be able to do it because Batty is headed to the penalty box. Air horn. That's right, Vanity. That sounds like a dog. Okay. Penelope wants to know what my favorite color is. Usually I say yellow. I am a big fan of yellow, but I also really like turquoise. What is your favorite color? Everybody? Yeah, Vanity, if a storm affects our broadcast, I will throw hands at the storm because I do not like it when storms happen over my broadcast because then we don't have good internet and we get very upset. So. All right, Kimmy S'more has grabbed 4 points while Battison waited in the penalty box. Battison is now been released but has to get through these blockers in order to get any points. Kimmy has scored 8 points for the Laboobooz. They are at 96. This is such a low-scoring game. Battison with the one-on-one jammer-on-jammer blocking. Kimmy was, I love that. I love it when jammers just go against each other. Kimmy has run into Janet Skatehole, who is like, I got this. Battison passed the star to Bangs McCoy, who is now the jammer for the Laboobooz. Oh, actually, Eric is right. My favorite color is Sparkle. No, you're not. I love Sparkle. You're right, actually. Can that be a favorite color? Can Sparkle be my favorite color? Okay, what else? Chartreuse. Ooh. Pink. Yes, Vanity. Love the pink. Blizzy's black and blue. Red. Yeah, Tail Feather, I could see red for you. Carl says blue. Vanity agrees with Sparkle. Sirius says, where's my green crew? Sirius loves green. Eric, what's your favorite color? Pink. Angel. Glitter. Oh, Angel and I are the same person. Anything neon is great. Yeah, neon's good too. Yes, Batty was blocking. Batty went to the penalty box as a blocker with a star on her head. Nano is trying to push through. Drift is currently lead jammer. Ooh, the Laboobooz have really turned it around here. Furbeez were getting so confident, but now Schlitt Throat has the star on and says, I've got to take things into my own hands. The poll for Skater of the Game is still open. Currently, Queen of Hearts is winning with 62% of the vote. Ipso Smacto right behind. Batty and then Schlitt Throat. I wish we could choose everybody for Skater of the Game. Sirius has told me before that I'm not allowed to. Ooh, a timeout so I can tell a joke. I'm almost out, though. Oh, this one's funny. I almost didn't put this one in, but I decided it was funny because I like slander against anything that's not an iPhone. Where can you... Oh, I just kind of gave away the, the punchline. Okay, wait. Just forget that I said that. I'm telling a different joke now. Why was the science whiz kid afraid he'd explode if he hugged his mom's sister? Because she's made of antimatter. Your leg is dead. It's on 0%. Well, then be a blocker. Sure. You're lit. Oh, it's. I forgot that it was I forgot that it was a timeout, and I'm like, why are you talking to me? You're supposed to be playing the game, Madison. Okay, did you guys like the antimatter joke? Okay, here's the next one. Where can you go to see a galaxy explode? A Samsung store? Okay. Here's my last one. Here's my last explosion joke. We can't have any more timeouts, though, because I don't have any more explosion jokes. Oh, I do have more skater facts, though. What happened when the underwear factory in Chicago exploded? Nothing was left but debriefs. I really should make my own sound effects. Oh, what kind of phones do you guys have in Australia, Carl? The joke doesn't work in Australia? You guys don't have a Samsung store? Blizzy's like, hey, I have a Galaxy. Okay, they told me they would tell me what the official reviews are about, so hopefully I will find out. Who used their official review? I don't know. Normally the something flashes, so maybe this is just an official timeout. Not sure. Nothing was left behind. Yes, Sarge. You might have to get your dad joke book. Oh, see, Sarah Jeffries loves green. You're not alone, Sirius. You're not the only one. Oh, they're coming to tell me what the official review is. Thank you. Okay. I was cleaning up. Like when they all went backwards? I'm not sure. Okay, yeah. But they did not retain the review. I was coming over here too. Oh, good. Hi. Okay, white team called an official review for the Black Jammer. That was Kimmy S'more. Drift. Oh, accelerating prior to the jam. Oh, that was the jam before. Accelerating prior to the jam start. White does not retain the official review. Black Jammer was coasting prior to the whistle starting. Okay. So there was no accelerating, it was coasting. Okay. All right, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Everybody cool? Sounds good? Oh, the one about aunties? Wait, what do you call your mom's sister? Are they not called aunts? Or aunt, as my best friend, One Hit Wanda would say. I don't know if she's watching or not. She says aunt, and I love it. Aunt? But I say aunt. In Australia, aunt is, oh, so it can't be antimatter. Is it pronounced aunt? I don't know how you can explain that to me over typing, though. All right, here we go. 111. The Laboobooz have just exploded. And with 9 minutes left, they are doing very well here. And that is not going to help the Furbeez as Soup and Beans is headed to the penalty box. But this will help the Furbeez as the Moss King is now lead jammer for the Furbeez. And the star has been passed to Big City Slam, who is now the jammer for the Laboobooz, trying to extend this jam. The Moss King, though, was lead and did call it, even though because they got swallowed back up into the pack. So Big City Slam was about to score some points, and the Moss King, who was still stuck in the pack on their initial, decided to call the jam before giving any points to someone else. Okay, Carl says I was correct. So antimatter is not funny, but antimatter. Yeah, good point. I think people in the South say aunt. I think there are some people in the United States, but yeah, you have to say ant for antimatter jokes. All right, getting ready. Are we giving another timeout? I might have to get my joke book. Oh wait, I have facts. I forgot. Let's see. Jam timer for today. Actually, this is great. The jam timer, who's out there, even though Sirius doesn't have the camera on her. Good, thank you. Brie Nanas, our jam timer, is the sister of Lefty Lucy, a skater, wife of Warthog, who is the penalty box timer, and the daughter of, does that say dadded or padded? Lineup tracker. I love that. That's a family affair. I love it when families do derby together. Sirius and I are big fans of that and love to see it. So that is amazing, and that's cool. And I like the name Bree-Nanas. It really, it delights me. It makes me happy. Okay, I'm going to find out what this official review was about. Oh, not an official review. Ah, they forgot to count the ghost point. So we're getting the ghost point. Oh, Sarge has got jokes. What's a ghost point? I'm not good at explaining it. That's why I just kind of moved on. Serious. See, if a ghost is something you don't see, so it just went away. The explanation. A ghost point. Okay, I actually do know, and then you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. A ghost point is if someone is in the penalty box and a jammer passes one person from the other team. They get that person's point, and then they also get the points from people who are in the penalty box. That is the ghost point. I hope I explained it correctly. I'm like, White doesn't have a second official review. Black is using their official review. Their second one. To try and get a track cut on White Jammer 6-3. Saying the jammer called the jam off after a cut while inbounds, and that would be the Moss King as jammer. What was Black's first official review? Did I miss that one? Oh, the ghost point. That was an official review? Oh, okay. Got it. So they got a ghost point, and now they're having another official review. What? Oh, a track cut will be assessed to White Jammer. Got it. So we will start this next jam with the Moss King in the penalty box, and this will be a 30-second power jam for the Laboobooz. Okay, Sarge's joke. Serious, don't look at the chat. When did the Dragon's meal get interrupted? Around midnight. Oh. And Sarge says I am correct on the explanation of a ghost point. Somebody named Dragon says I hate when my meals are interrupted. Right? Me too. Sarah says Furbeez were always creepy. I mean Tailfeather. Sarah. Not Tailfeather. The other Sarah is Tailfeather. Okay, anyway. But Sarah Jeffries, I understand Furbeez were creepy, but have you seen a Labooboo? Because Vanity is also creeped out by Furbeez. But again, have you all seen a Labooboo? You want to talk about creepy. The Laboobooz are so popular right now, and they are so creepy. They are so much more creepy than a Furby. I thought Furbeez were cute. They made cute noises, and you could pet them, and they would purr. Laboobooz, those are just, I don't know. I have opinions. Ipso Smackdo jamming for Black. on this power jam for the Laboobooz. The Moss King is standing in the penalty box. Now, if Ipso Smacto has not gotten lead jammer by the time the oh, nope, never mind. But let's say, okay, so Ipso Smacto is now lead. But let's say the Moss King, oh, big hit. Oh, the Moss King, that was beautiful. Coming through, grabbing, not grabbing anything. But if Ipso Smacto had not been lead jammer, you can come out of the penalty box if you didn't get sent there during that jam, and you can still become lead jammer. It's something that jammers, if they get to do it, they get so excited about it. That jam comes to an end. I don't think anybody scored any points. Dragon is your dad, Blizzy. Oh. Laboobooz creep me out more than Furbeez. Thank you. Yeah. Rainbow Fire has 2. Are all of their faces different? Is that the thing about the Laboobooz? Like, I really think you guys need to look up. Go to Google and look up. Sirius said no. Oh, don't go to. Don't leave the stream. I really shouldn't send you somewhere else. Baddison, who's working on her blocking, is jamming in this power jam, as I don't know why, but Ipso Smacto was sent to the box at the end of the last jam. So now the Furbeez are getting a chance here with 7 minutes left in the game to try and get that lead back. Don't forget, they had the lead for 3/4 of this game. Oh, Queen of Hearts, who is still leading in the Skater of the Game poll. Also, Queen of Hearts. Oh, she got, Queen of Hearts got a penalty. Yeah, I thought so. Queen of Hearts got a penalty for, Queen of Hearts. Okay, Bambi is on the team with Queen of Hearts, and Queen of Hearts got called for an out of play, and Queen of Hearts said, how, and then was skating on the track as Queen of Hearts was leaving, and then got a second penalty from Bambi, and then the two of them looked at each other very seriously. I think they might be talking about that one later. Friendly fire. You know what? A ref will be a ref whether it's your teammate or not. You don't look at your teammate any differently than you would at someone else. 2 minutes left to vote for your favorite skater of the game. Thank you for reminding me. Right, Floof? It's been fun watching everybody. Nano up on those toe stops, managing to stay inbounds, grabbing lead jammer for the Furbeez. Drift jamming for the Laboobooz. Oh no, another penalty. Nano sailing through to grab 4 points for the Furbeez. I'm not rooting for anybody at this point. I'm rooting for good derby, and I really like the fact that the Furbeez are scoring points right now just because it makes it a closer game, and Sirius and I love close games. We also have a tendency, Big City Slams hits. So as a skater, when you skate towards someone, your front part of you is all a legal hitting zone. Big City Slam is very good at being aware of not hitting backwards, so getting a directional, and just being able to, with her skates going backwards, use her top half to push someone backwards, but her skates are still going in derby direction. It's amazing. And it takes a lot of talent to be able to do that. A lot of people would end up with directionals, and I don't think I've seen Big City Slam get a single directional, but has been doing that move effectively this entire game. It is beautiful. Beautiful to watch. Something I could never do when I was a skater. Ooh, Sarge is telling more jokes. What did the green grape say to the purple grape? Oh, I don't have the punchline yet, so I don't know. Silver says Furbeez are creepy because of their behavior. Oh, breathe, you silly grape. Just breathe. Oh, because they're purple. Sarge, these are really true dad jokes. Huh? Oh, skater of the game. Sorry, I need to end the poll. Hey, guess who our skater of the game is? It is your favorite card in the deck. Queen of Hearts is the skater of the game. Queen will be getting a skater of the game sticker at the conclusion of this game. Very exclusive. Not very many people have one. Yay for Queen of Hearts. The list is growing of who has one. It's true. You know, we were going to keep track of it and try not to nominate people who've already had it, but I just decided right now, you know what? If you're the best skater of the game more than once, you get multiple stickers. If you earn it, you get it. Oh, we could put like something on it to show like that you've gotten it more than once. Hi.
Just discussing the points on the last jam, so
Thank you.
resolved now.
That timeout was to discuss the points on the last jam. Things are resolved, and we are back to our dance party. We have 4.5 minutes left in this dance party. Vanity also generally, I always root for the underdog, Vanity, if I don't have like an allegiance to a team. Yes, I always, whenever, I don't know if you've noticed when I'm announcing, anytime anyone goes to the penalty box, I go, oh no! Doesn't matter what team they're on, I'm just like, oh, so sad. Okay, do I have any more? Who's Your Nightmare, who is a volunteer for DCRD, has been a volunteer since the beginning. That's amazing. I love it when people stick with a team for a really long time. That's just beautiful to see. Amazing. Love to see it. Did I tell your shoe joke? I don't know that I remember the shoe joke. You told me a shoe joke to tell, didn't you? And then I haven't told it. Nope, I don't think I have. Sarge told me a shoe joke, and I was supposed to tell it, and I don't remember it now. So Sarge, tell the shoe joke, please. I think I need help with those things. I'm not good at remembering. Ipso Smackdo is at the back of the pack. Is lead jammer currently, but has got to get through this pack if Ipso wants to score any points. Meanwhile, who is that jamming? That's a mini boss with the pivot, and now has become the jammer. And is chasing down Ipso Smackdo, who sees a little space on the inside, hops through. That was beautiful. Hops through and hits those hips, calling the jam off after scoring 4 more points for the Laboobooz. Continuing to keep a close score. Sarge says, I try my best. Oh, Circle City will always have a special place in my heart. Yeah, when you've been on a team. Oh, speaking of Mini Boss, who just took a star pass, she owns a signed can of tuna. Yes, a signed can of tuna. She won it in a drawing contest at a con. The panel, for those who don't know, that is a convention. I'm a nerd, so I know what that means. The panel was run by the cartoonist who designed Charlie the Tuna for Starkest Tuna. Oh, that's so cool. You have to keep it forever. That's so cool. That's a cool fact. Madison is your lead jammer for the Furbeez, who are currently behind. Madison is doing one of her favorite things, which is skating backwards, but has let Queen of Hearts go in front of her. Nope. Daddy says, I'm just going to hug you. I don't want to really actually jam against you. We're just going to stop if you're going to catch me up. Okay, here we go, Sarge. Now I get to tell it. Why don't you buy shoes on the street? I don't know. You know. What? That's the punchline? Just because you know why you don't buy shoes on the street. You never know what they're laced with. Okay, that's funny. And I know you've told that to me before, and I just laughed because it's just funny all over again. Michael Kwan, you are late. Welcome. We're happy to have you here. There has been no Michael Kwan slander at all so far in this game. Maybe the last one. Not this one. Bangs McCoy is your lead jammer for the Furbeez, who are trying to make a comeback here with 1.5 minutes left. Ipso Smackdo was able to get out of the pack there. All right, I have only one person's facts left to give you, and this is an important person, someone who has been our main point of contact and has really just taken care of us here on Derby Date Night, has just been an incredible host. Oh, Drift saying hello to the chat. I love it when skaters do that. So, anyway, what was I saying? Oh, the person who has been just a wonderful host, just has been helping us out and has been wonderful at communicating with us, and we have just really enjoyed interacting with them. Schlitt Throat has a 18.5-pound porch cat named Paul Newman. Schlitt Throat can also catch 27 quarters off her elbow. Maybe I'll see that at the after party later. I got to find 27 quarters. And Schlitt started Derby in 2012 with Cape Girardeau, which I now know how to say because of Schlitt Throat. Roller derby. Oh, and accidentally was on America's Most Wanted. There you go. Those are your fun facts about Slit Throat. And Drift, who was given hearts to the camera, also is given hearts to the Laboobooz, as Drift has scored with 11 seconds left. This is going to be the last jam of the game, I believe, As the period clock is running down, Battison is in the penalty box. And we are going to get one more joke from Sarge to finish this game as Drift lets the period time run out as the Laboobooz coming from behind have secured a win. Okay, Michael Kwan has a good reason for being late because are you currently scorekeeping, Michael Kwan? At my scorekeep of 5 minutes to my second game tonight. I guess that's an acceptable reason to not have made it. Hopefully you will watch the replay. Michael Kwan is about to, oh, so exciting. Is that streamed, Michael Kwan? San Fernando Valley Roller Derby versus Los Angeles Derby Dolls. Scoreboard operator equals keyboard cat. I love it. What did the invitation to the, are we ever going to find out what the invitation to the ghost party said, Sarge? Oh, bring your own booze. Badumcha, Sarge. Badumcha. And Sirius turns on the music. He's like, we're going to call it good. Carl says, yay! I think Carl called both these games today. Your streak is done. Woohoo! All right, with that, this has been so fun. I've missed you all so much, but guess what? We got more Derby coming up next week. We will be in Kentucky for Rock Roller Derby of Central Kentucky versus Philly Roller Derby, and who we've never streamed before. Never streamed Philly Roller Derby, so you better tune in next week. Set your calendars, and if you want to become a member, which I suggest you do, become a member so that you can vote on next week's joke topic, because I have no idea what kind of jokes I want to tell. So you got to help me. All right. You all are wonderful. It's been so exciting spending time with you. Thanks for joining us on another Derby Date Night.